you're fooling the children, telling the heaven in Rush education. Doomsday reach, wipe and the repeat, cause the children coming to take back the power of the word in the conscious styling. Paving the way for a brand new morning. I say the power of the word in the rap so styling. Rocking the roots of the vampire system. Talk it all, you pretender. Talk it all, you bloody deceiver. Talk it all, you serpent master. Talk it all, you friggin' oppressor.
And we are inside 104.7 on a Wednesday, the 20th of February. I am in studio with the ground report who are wrapping up to pull out. It's been a hard and trusting show this morning from Mikey and Andy and the boys. Lennox left here sweating, so I could only imagine. I missed the first half of the show, so after our show, I'm going to check the tapes because something went on here today. And I feel that there is much more information to come out into the public space. And Mikey knows, Mikey has this information too. And we are monitoring this situation with the Venezuelan hampers. Like yesterday when a rumor was spread that a former minister was intercepted and arrested in New York City airport. This morning's rumors, we have to be careful. There are operatives in the media that's sowing disinformation in the public space to say social media running fake news. So we're being very careful, we're monitoring, names calling, and we're on top of everything. Today we want to continue that issue with the slow but sure collapse of media in Trinidad and Tobago. Yesterday, MAT, the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago, in its race to irrelevance, put out in the public that Gary Griffith, Commissioner of Police, called them to apologize. Gary Griffith on Synergy TV this morning said he did no such thing. The media is peddling untruths. I have in the studio with me this morning, Ghost.
How you doing, Philip?
Anthony Defoe is on his way back. Anthony, you continue, Ghost.
Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago.
We're going to be touching base on some issues this morning, Ghost, and I'm thanking you for joining us on this because a couple months ago, I wrote an article, and that article caused this evening host on Synergy. He's a PNM. He's wearing glasses. What's his name? Bald fellow. It slipped my mind right now. He called me on the show to address that issue, and we dealt with it, and we put it in the public space because it went viral on social media. It was called "It's Not About Race, But," and that's what it was called. It's not about race, but. Lo and behold, a couple of weeks ago, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago looked across the aisle to the opposition leader to ask her, "What have you done for black people?"
You know, Philip, I felt hurt. I'll be real with you, and Trinidad and Tobago. I felt hurt hearing. I'm going there this morning. Our African Prime Minister asking what have Kamala Persad-Bissessar did for Afro Trin Begonia.
Now stick one pin, you're taking it back, I'm passing it back to you, but you see, the more things change, the more it stay the same. 4 years ago, the same ground report, I was in 91.1 when ground report was on the station, and I fought with Mikey K to give Fitzgerald Hines a hearing. The same Fitzgerald Hines. Yeah. So I fought to let him come through and make the call. We let Fitzgerald make the call. Fitzgerald Hines made the call. Fitzgerald Hines told the nation that he was crossing the road and met a man who said he attended a dinner. Tell me if you remember this.
I remember that clearly.
He attended a dinner.
Yes.
And in the dinner was another gentleman who told him he spoke to a man. It's about fifth hand by now.
Yes.
He spoke to a man who said Keith Rowley was too black to be Prime Minister. Remember that?
Of Trinidad and Tobago.
Take it back there, brother.
And you know, it is so sad because it seems like Dr. Rowley grabs in at straws right now. And before you come and tell us what you did for the last 3.5 years and what you plan to do for the next year and a half for Trin Begonia as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, for the whole 3.5 years, your naysayers have been campaigning since you come into office. You're still campaigning 3.5 years later. while we have citizens in this country that are suffering.
Eating mud.
It's only some of them are so wicked because they support you and believe in you. They still saying this PNM till they're dirty.
Good morning to Anthony Defoe. Late again. What is going on, brother?
Well, I guess
what's going on with the Chaguanas traffic? What's going on? You're fine?
Sometimes when you fall in love, that is something here.
Hear you. Fall in love. I love the traffic at all.
No, he's a serial lover, but we will leave that alone. He's a serial lover.
We will let you and they know you're serial lover.
It's too early, boy. Too early.
Applejack, sugar pops, any kind of cereal. No, but Tony, say good morning.
Morning,
lighting this up.
You know, it is really sad because Philip,
and those of you on social media, spread the word right now because Ghost is here with us. It's me and Tony, and this issue this morning is fire. Walk with your extinguisher. No, if you're listening to us on the radio, text your friends and your family, your granny, your mama, your papa. Yeah. Tell them, put on 104.7. It's about to get hot. Take it, Ghost.
When you think about this, right, and I had stopped. I feel like if I went into a different zone when I heard that because I stand to be corrected.
How low could he go?
Yeah, I stand to be corrected.
How low?
Let us say he's been in Parliament for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
What have you done for Carnage?
But this is the
What have you done for Diego Martin? To come on.
Don't say Diego Martin. Don't say Diego Martin. Say Patna. Say Bagatelle. Say Covine. Say Mason. Say Factory Road. Diamond Vale. Rich Plain, La Puerta, Saganga, Abi Pujad, Big Yard, Scorpion, St. Peter's, Point Kumana, Never Dirty, Waterhole. Listen now.
You know what I know he didn't know them places and them? When he brought up the issue about Colahart and them and started to speak about when they was walking, the places he walked don't have black people.
When the people that he walked in August 2003. That's what he tell him. I don't know who was there. I was there. I was knocking doors in Westmoreland and Bayshore and Goodwood Park.
Yeah. And he have no shame about it. He have no shame. And people still support this man. Black people don't get still supporting him. The man didn't even say you're not even that important. When they call places like Scorpion.
A man tell me the wetting that Fitzgerald Hines getting beaten. That was a message he was supposed to carry back for Rowley. That wetting wasn't Hines. Hines take it.
You know it's sad, Philip, because when you think about this Prime Minister that we have in Trinidad, because not in touch with the ground, because he was in touch with the ground. He came Laventer like I want to give him extra about 5 times.
The man
and you know it is so sad that
we
ask people gravitate to you once you see you. We say, okay, that's enough. You don't want to support us. You don't have to bring nothing to us. Man, let me tell you something. Laventer used to have about 20 CPEP gang that keep Laventer clean. Today it have 5.
Look good.
All right? And they have no problem with that because at least we.
But Laventer have no say.
Half a
26 party group wanted Nylon Hippolyte and they get him Fitzgerald Hines.
Yeah. Well, I can go so deep into that, but I wouldn't.
But Laventer have no say.
They really don't. I don't know how you get that, but it is facts.
When Nylon this morning,
Nylon Hippolyte had
26 party groups
wanted Nylon Hippolyte
and Rowley voiced Hines on them.
None wanted Hines. I can tell you the group that put Hines.
But Hines has talked big part.
I can tell you the group that he went to and put together. To get in there.
That wasn't a real party group. That was a fake party group. And I want to tell you something. Fitzgerald Hines cannot win an election in this country outside of Beatam. And I'm telling you this. If they put him back in either Laventille, East or West, it will be historic in this country.
No, he will be going back east because he don't want him.
No, but it will be the first time that the PNM lose them seats because they don't want nothing from Hines.
He's the greatest non-performer in the world.
Ghost, I want to put something in the public space. Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this morning. We're going to open it up now. Text your friends and family, WhatsApp, bring everybody on Facebook, message them. Ghost. Harvey Boris called me on Synergy TV to ask me, Philip, let's discuss this. I tell you, when I read this, Ghost, you will think I have a crystal ball. Because I write this months before Rowley asks that insane question of Kamala Prasad Bisesa, what you do for black people? Ghost just ask Rowley, what you do for black people?
I'm afraid to ask him that.
No, but ask him.
Because, what? I want to answer for
Wait, I'm telling you this. After this, we open the lines. And the question is, what has Keith Rowley done for black people? I want people to call and say, he must know his own track record, Goes.
Yes. Yes, he do. He know his track record.
No, it's not about race, but without having enough population to influence a seat, much less an election by votes, the Trinidad Syrian community has taken control of the nation's food importation industry, the fast food industry. They control the lion's share of supply to the public health sector, the alcohol industry, are closing in on the baking industry, and are almost finished consolidating control of the construction sector.
Wow.
The Trinidad Chinese, whose numbers also cannot influence the outcome of a local election, much less impact the national vote, vast sections of the supermarket, retail trade, entertainment, finance, and own most of media. Like the Syrians above, they control major state contracts and are massive players in the electrical, plumbing, and hardware industries. Who owns all the car dealerships, the insurance companies, the malls, the real estate development companies, even culture? Who owns all the major carnival bands, the television stations that broadcast the parade of the bands? What do the Afro-Trinis have to show for their vast majority and the might of their vote over the past 56 years?
Wow.
Almost 56 years of PNM having social and economic power. Trillions of dollars spent by PNM governments on all manner of projects. Why do the grandchildren of Africa, the PNM's base, according to Hema Ramkisoon, outnumber all races in number of persons incarcerated, have the lowest performance in education, lowest home ownership, lowest business ownership, yet have the highest rate in homelessness, in drug addiction, death by violent crime, gang membership, and matters before the criminal court? What have Afro-Trinis gained from die-hard support of the PNM besides suffering, squalor, poverty, and the bottom rung of the social ladder? Why have none of those trillions and none of those projects been spent on the development of the actual people who keep putting the PNM in office? Walkmova, Beetham, Lavantil, Sealots, Covine, Bagatelle, Mason, River Estate, Factory Road, Rich Plain, La Puerta, Sanganga, Carenage, Abbey Pujad, Never Dirty, Gonzales, Belmont, Cocorit, Waterhole, Hardin Place, Scorpion, Big Yard, Nelson Street, East Port of Spain, and ask yourself, if this was never a race thing, and the PNM only wins because of the Afro-Trini vote, why do the Afro-Trinis en masse end up always with the shitty end of the national stick?
You couldn't say that any better.
Walk Goodwood Park, Glencoe, Bayshore, Shorelands, Westmorelands, Columbus Circle, Goodwood Gardens, Victoria Gardens, Fairways, St. Clair, Valsayn. When the elections are over and they say they win, who is the they that the mass of PNM supporters think win? 56 years of PNM control of the public sector and 41 years of PNM control of the treasury and the legislature. What have PNM supporters to show for all those decades of support as compared to everyone else? If the welfare of all citizens is the responsibility of government, and if one sector is failing compared to all the rest, shouldn't the government have a responsibility to have a national conversation as to what is required to change those realities? To undertake social interventions to lift all people to the same basic standards and give everyone a chance at a real contributing life? How long does it take to ensure that a minimum wage is a livable wage? To secure this tiny nation's borders? To regulate banks and ensure that they treat all their customers fairly? Or to make the education system functional so that it leaves not one student behind? How long before the development of the people beyond need and labor to development and goals become the national conversation? How come that has never been done, despite the PNM having had control of the country for most of its independent existence. There is a Turkish proverb that says the forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe because its handle was made of wood and they thought it was one of them. When the numbers are counted and they say they win, what do PNM voters think they have ever won? Politics and elections will never offer a solution to the true circumstances of this nation until the supporters of the PNM wake up to the reality of what exactly they give their vote or their apathy to. If race voting ever helped anyone, how come it has never helped black Trinidad and Tobago?
Well said. Well said. You know, Philip, and there's a lot of them out there that listening right now, even PNM supporters, and still will curse you out for that.
Yeah.
You speak nothing but the truth, because my mother and father, I'm going to go there.
My mother and father too.
Full 100 plus supporters of the
grandfather.
PNM. Die PNM.
Yeah.
And PNM couldn't do any wrong for my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of them that used to believe that. I think coming out of the box and suddenly look around and seeing other places, because in Lavantil the police post that was built was by now, the health center was by now, the cottage was by now, but at the end of the day we still vote PNM.
Yeah.
Because when the whole country went against PNM 33-3, it was Lavantil East, Lavantil West,
and San
Fernando East, where Manon was. So if the rest of the country made that change.
Yeah.
And for some God-given reason, I believe these strongholds, especially Lavantil East and Lavantil West, I wish to God one day they will just make a change, just to see something different.
Yeah, boy.
Just to say, listen, we could think out of the box. We don't have to vote you all no more, because they're so disrespectful to Lavantil that our garbage day, we don't know when is a garbage day. Water is a thing of the past. I thought water till I have a headache from total water.
In Cocorit, there is a place. Listen to me. Cocorit is only black people. There is a place in Cocorit called Water Hole.
Yes, I know.
That don't even have water pipe.
Yeah, that's how sad it is.
Madness.
And they don't see nothing wrong with it.
But listen, man. When
they think it's a way of life.
No. Listen. When you chain an animal and beat it into that it can't even fight back.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
The people don't know where to turn again.
Exactly.
They don't know where to turn again. I mean, Dabadi O'Meara and Arima give COP a chance. And Winston Dukaran and them do a crocus bag of ass as this people's partnership.
Yeah.
Because, make no mistake, when Manning blank Penelope, he lost the elections.
Yeah.
Arima and Dabadi O'Meara punish the PNM. It is PNM votes that put Anil Roberts in the parliament. It is PNM votes that put Lincoln Douglas in the parliament. It is PNM votes that put Roger Samuel in the parliament to send a message. They're sending her all around the world, you know.
Yeah.
The true leader of the PNM. You see how Trump recognized Guido?
Yeah.
I recognize Penelope Beckles this morning
Boy,
as the true and the de facto leader of the PNM. Steve Rowley is a mocking pretender, a serpent master, a bloody deceiver.
Yeah, you raise my paws there.
No, I'm telling you.
No, you're right.
They have to hide her. Watch me. Listen, this woman so talented, Tony. Gross. Trinidad and Tobago. This woman so talented. They take Penelope Beckles and hide her in the United Nations. All the women in United Nations vote Penelope Beckles as their leader. She in charge. She in charge of the women's arm of the entire United Nations.
Wow.
That is what we throw away to settle for this latrine lizard Keith Rowley.
No, you know.
Fitzgerald Hines, somebody call him a canal conks. Listen, goes, this is your government.
Yeah.
A handful of contract mafia controllers, puppet masters, Keith Rowley, Faris, Colm. When you look at this gargoyle bunch, this crew of Dwens, when you look at what is the leadership of this country that come along, you have a man making $180,000 a month plus perks.
Imagine.
To run TSTT into the ground. NEL couldn't pay dividends because TSTT operated at a loss. TSTT take $155 billion and buy up a fake Massey company. They have so much bullshit going on in this country right now. You need, watch me, you need gloves and a hose.
Gloves and a hose.
What's wrong with black disinfectant goes?
But Philip, I wonder if the citizens of this country really paying attention to what is going on, because in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Yeah, but remember too, Egos, before he didn't have a Philip Edward Alexander, you know, throwing that information out there. The people didn't have the information to make.
We had a ground report too, and we have a stakeholders movement. But wait, I want to tell you. And if the ground report and the stakeholders united movement had set themselves up as a real alternative, they'd have heard them in Lavantil. I'm telling you something. Because you see now, right now, we are on the cusp of a type of change. Gandhi say first they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then you fight you, then you win. We are the fighting stage. When they could find and snatch up Al St. James stray dog like Paulo Kernahan and give him $300 to send him in the newsday to attack Philip Alexander, you're writing a whole column that have nothing to do with me. You know? You're writing about Gregory Aboud and the elites, but you save your plumb 2 paragraphs to attack Philip Edward Alexander. When you could pick a little frou-frou, puffed up little overnight Emil Krong wannabe lawyer and give him an article to defame me in Newsday, Steve Castani. PNM Alderman Steve Castani, PNM Chairman of the Diego Martin Regional Corporation Steve Castani, who left there with the people with less than when he went. Diego Martin became a hotspot under Keith Rowley and Steve Castani.
Wow.
But listen, if we had more people pushing the envelope like Mr. Alexander, boy, really and truly, more people, a lot more people, we would not have the environment that we have today, because the questions would have been asked and they would have been forced upon the public.
People have been asking questions. I want to tell you that. I'm not taking credit for things that I don't deserve credit for. The only thing we deserve credit for is that we have said that we've been fighting this fight for a long time, you know. And we've said, okay, you know what? It can't fix with the PNM. It can't fix with the UNC. It needs a new political vehicle. Create one. And I am opening the door this morning, as you say what you just said, from Mikey K and Ghost and Lennox and Andy and the Ground Report and Stakeholders Movement. The door is open to y'all. The door is open to every small party in this country. Nothing we talk about is up for negotiation. We insist that like a rising tide, we must lift all boats. That Mova, Bitam, Lavatel and Silots must finally get their conditions changed.
Time.
Those people don't even know what they're entitled to.
True.
Well, Philip, like I said before, if you don't know, you don't know. You don't think you deserve anything.
And that's where leadership comes in.
Because at the end of the day, Philip,
where's the black leaders there?
Philip,
where's the black leaders to tell them?
Philip, when the PNM is in power, all black leaders
line up,
sit down.
Get in the section.
Yeah, the jam in the section. When the PNM is in power, all black leaders get in the section. No, the PNM don't do no wrong. Because the question to Dr. Rowley is supposed to be, if you ask him, Kamala, you see, he know his tribe. He know how to rile them up.
Yeah.
So the tribe will rile up and say, yeah, what you really do for black people, Kamala?
The tribe didn't rile up.
No, the tribe wouldn't ask because the tribe, here it is.
True.
The tribe was, you see, this time, for the first time, I can really say the tribe didn't rile up.
You know why?
He know how to rile up. The tribe now was like, hold on.
Where he was supposed to go in south, that he changed his mind and run away. Because they get the talk. The crowd was inside of there.
No.
The people vexed. Rowley can't come and have conversations with the people.
No.
You had to get a special ticket. And they had to come and check your name, your address. I hear a man went on a UNC platform to talk about suffering and police reaching him and business place. They're trying to stifle democracy. But are calling on Trinidad and Tobago, are calling on the fishermen. Imagine the minister
but
of agriculture. The minister of agriculture asks a man, yes, we're concerned about the regular gas, but where it's supposed to come from. you always supposed to think about that before you close down Petrochin.
Yeah. It's like the horse always pushing the cart.
Yeah, last night I was down in Labrie.
Always behind the cart.
Labrie had a community meeting last night, yesterday evening actually, in reference to the port that they're planning to build down there. Now let me tell you this, the people are waking up because the questions which was asked, it shows that the people have now a true invested interest in a level of betterment within their community.
You know why? The people now starting to think, this is not mommy and daddy time no more. Yeah. That when you tell them that the sky green and the sea blue, they don't question.
Why you think Asha Javid beating up like a Wabin on show? Why you think Hema Ramki soon fighting up? Social media has made them irrelevant.
Yeah.
You're irrelevant. My old parents watching CNC3 News in the night and flipping channel to TV6. After this generation gone,
that's it.
Yeah.
They have nobody else. Listen now.
You can't wind up the tribe no more.
You can't wind up
the tribe will be those back then.
Yeah.
Those
because the people have a voice.
Yeah.
You can't pay Selwyn Ryan to tell people how to think.
Correct.
You can't send message through a corrupt media. Look at what Josh Surtees had to say about Judy Raymond. Judy Raymond should resign in shame.
Yeah.
Josh Surtees demonstrated that he had a conversation with this woman as editor and gave her factual information that she refused to change the paper's position that was in favor of PNM propaganda. Newsday ain't worth the box of matches it will take to burn on Newsday papers. It ain't worth it. Leave it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Guardian is bullshit in print. They have nothing in the Guardian for you. The Express, wrap fish, put it in the bottom of bird cage. Not serious.
Yeah.
When your dog make pops, you need papers.
Yeah.
Other than that, and the day the Chinese shop starts selling cut box paper, that is it. Newspaper can't sell again.
Philip, you
cut
know,
newsprint.
It still goes back to the tribe didn't wild up this time, because here what happened with the tribe. The tribe is watching now because remember you had a way out now. Now, I lost my job. My husband alone kind of wait for home. I have 4 kids to send to school. Now, who should I leave home? Because either you go to school or we start.
No, man just get jailed because he leave his son home and his son climb over the wall and drown in a drain.
Yeah, is that our choices?
People have, but you're leaving the people no choices goes. You're leaving the people.
All these choices because of Rowley. The choices we make now is either leave our kids home and go to work to try to feed them with the money we're sending them to school with, or send them to school hungry. And this is real. This is not that we just putting on Rowley. Rowley and put us on the
get them drunk and let them sing whole place mash up. This is the only country in the world that celebrates its demise.
Yeah.
We partying in the ashes.
Yeah.
Ian Griffith tell me we whining on a sinking ship.
Yeah.
That's what we doing.
It's true.
When I see them 10,000 people in Saints party, I know 500 of them get the ticket free. The rest of them, what you doing?
But Philip,
you don't know if you're getting the US to run your business next week, so your business could close down like that.
Right. Yeah.
You don't know if your job's safe because Petrochin and TSTT, I mean, everything could lose.
Yeah.
So you spending, and I telling you something, I saving hard, partner. I checked some cricks I had in the cupboard the other day. It was still till it could have been. And I bake it and eat it, Where's it goes?
Philip.
And you talk about my fridge with my fridge door. But I tell you.
That was back then when we were nice. Now, right now, Rolling, but the only people who is not going in poverty right now is Butch and all them as a fellas and that Rolling on the right hand side.
No, listen, man. Listen, man. I started the show with Matt. Matt said Gary called to apologize. Them and know that red nigga they dealing with Gary in the future. They know here, no. Gary will open them up.
Yeah.
Them thing, Gary is one of them puppet politicians. They know this boy like I know this boy. And I said back, I watch everybody.
Yeah.
I watch everybody talk. I tell Trinidad Tobago one thing. This man, when it comes to this, everybody had a thing. Gary can't dress, he can't talk, he can't dance. Say what you want. You see this? This is his art. And the man wants to paint a masterpiece. That's what he want to do. Gary don't want a war with the media. Gary don't want to shoot nobody. Gary don't want to lock up and lock down. But he have a job. When you're the teacher, you have one job, teach.
Yeah.
When you're the nurse in the hospital, one job, take care of the patients.
Yeah.
Public servant, one job, serve the public.
Yeah.
Taxi driver, one job, drive the taxi. Gary Clare is commissioner of police. On his watch, police going and whack. And Richard Blaze asked the other day, why we can't get the Minister of Education and the Minister of Health to function this way. I told Richard Blaze publicly, I say, and Richard Blaze is our National Security Advisor, I say you cannot get a silk purse from a sow's ear. This jackass that is your Minister of Education told the nation, if we don't look at the fighting in the school, then the fighting is happening.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Madness.
The man blamed the man blamed the reporting of the story for the story.
Wow.
Oh, Goss,
Wow.
I nearly went for my visa. I said done.
You know what?
When a government minister could blame the story for the story.
You know what's frightening is that we have to pray to the Almighty, to our Creator.
Oh my God.
That them children and them in school is not paying attention to them fellas. You know?
This morning, across the road from Mobs 2 in Shagaramas, Davy Budu Singh. How much of that mountain CDA give you? Across the road from Mobs 2, breaking news. CDA and Mobs 2 block off the whole bay by Hartscott.
Oh.
So is that a land grab in Shagaramas for the Davy Budu Singh who fed Conrad Enil, Jerry Naris, Imbert and Rowley on the rooftop in Zen when the People's Partnership was in office? Is this payback for Palau? Is this payback for vodka and liming with pretty little girls in Zen? I want to know if this is what this country reduced to. I want to know from the Shagaramas Development Authority, has Mobs 2 been given the bay across the road too?
Question. Yes.
Drive down Shagaramas now and see the land grab. A man get 200 acres to grow 5 pimento peppers.
Philip.
But the real authentic farmers begging, protesting, fighting, you move them, you move all to run a road. We playing smart with stupidness all in this country.
Because like yesterday I'm looking at the fishermen and them in front of the parliament. And fishermen, I must say, I'm kind of disappointed with you all because the 10 fishermen I see down there, I think you all could have done better. You know what I mean? I don't know who tell the rest of you all to stay home. You have to fight for your cause. And you can't just call radio station and expect everybody else to fight your cause. So fishermen, do a better job next time. Or you all keep the struggle on. No fish for the Lenten season. But back to...
We have only so far you could move the price of a pound of kingfish and carrot. She had no 3 fish. She had no 3 fish. Kingfish, carrot and red snapper.
Yeah.
In that order. Kingfish is steak, carrot is pork, red snapper is chicken. I know.
I love some kingfish.
But no, watch the... You know, when your mother... You see, red snapper, you could eat anyhow. Carrot is the fried eating sandwich, but kingfish come in with lunch.
Yeah.
That is Mr. Fish. That comes with
knife and fork thing.
Right?
Knife and fork thing.
Yeah, kingfish is boss.
Yeah.
How? But where you reach $50 a pound, $60 a pound for fish.
Where is it?
Where you reach?
Well, Rich is already at $50 a
Well,
pound.
look at that. I telling somebody a bread and a breadfruit is $25. How poor people living?
Yeah, boy.
How poor people living? If we can't pick it from the tree and pull it out the sea, how they living?
What?
I ain't talking about what Hadco and
that?
Amco and Massey importing. I'm talking about it's supposed to be growing and falling.
Philip, they're making sure poor people know they're poor. This government here will make you know you're poor. Like I tell people, before I went away, at the age of 90, I never know we was poor till I went away. Because my mother always provided as a single mother because my father died young when I was young. And I watched my mother, God bless her soul, that provided for 7 of us like if she had no problem doing it. Is when I went away I realized the sacrifice that my mother made.
Plenty people don't know that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I tell somebody when I became a parent, I learned what my parents
a lot of people don't understand it, but they have a lot of parents today understand it. That's the reason why the tribe didn't pick up. Because it was like, were you asking Kamala about how much she did for black people and you in power right now?
And you ain't
my
doing
children
nothing.
hungry.
No.
You ain't doing that for 30 years.
You know what shame black people?
You ain't do nothing.
Rowley shame black people with that question.
Yes, he did.
Rowley
He make us feel like
Rowley
we
watching.
stupid.
Rowley have black people watching Goodwood Park Hill. Houses going higher and higher, bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
How Chinley?
While you breaking
How
down popular
Chinley?
houses? While you breaking down popular houses?
How Chinley get the contract to supply hostile scrap iron when Damen and Hyundai making the best boats in the world, but you're buying hostile scrap iron because Chinley, a PNM financier, is the agent for hostile in Trinidad. The same Chinley whose Pier 1 was given permission to make a marina for ships, for them industrial ships to come and dump raw sewage and grease and oil. The last bay in Chagaramas where black people children could go and bathe. Kit Rowley, you're asking Kamla, what she do for black people? What you do?
He should be ashamed of himself.
Yes.
But he have no shame.
That is,
and that's the thing about
the
it.
man is reprehensible.
Yeah, he have no shame.
Trinidad, you ever play all fours and you're only losing? You get up and you throw in the chair.
Yeah.
You want to dust the chair? I go stand up.
I used to shoot dice and kick you in the
Listen, man. I tell a man, I don't think that they tell me dust the chair. I standing up. That chair blind. I only like the chair boy, that man blind. Listen, anything the man touch, anything he touch. If Kid Rowley walk in your neighborhood, burn sage, and shit. But
no,
man,
that really bothered me from
the man when he walk in, put on glasses, you go see Lager who one thing walking behind him. The man, watch me.
He's in a bubble.
Yeah.
He in a bubble.
He poisoned the well.
Bubble.
No, but he poisoned the well. A couple handful of people driving along in Porsche Cayenne and Range Rover, and people feel this is Saudi Arabia. This is not. This is the Democratic Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The Constitution say every single thing belongs to the people. How come the people can't touch it? How come the people can't bathe in Chagaramas? How come the boardwalk that cost us so many $100 million? I drive down Chagaramas yesterday. The water emptied, gone. There no water in the pond. But the big shots get a water park 2 blocks down.
Yeah. Full of
what
water.
is the message you're sending the people?
Well, you know, Philip, I went and listened to him campaign, right here in Westmoreland.
Who?
Dr. Rowley, Stuart Young, they was there at night when I went. They had it was like a cottage meeting while he was campaigning. And I was telling Lavantil people, when I saw him campaign, I laughed because he was well dressed, long sleeve white shirt, black pants, black shoes, and his leg was folded like this. And he listened to every citizen speak in Westmoreland. Listen. When he finished listening, he took the mic and he addressed every citizen concerned. When Dr. Rowley come on Piggott Corner, Lavantil.
Forget Piggott Corner. Under the tree by Acton Court is I get them to do that 4 roads bypass that cut off that street there, and he went underneath there. You want to talk to people, you want to talk to the 1%, so you organize rattan furniture under the tree in Goodwood Park. And you bring everybody to sit down under Goodwood Park tree. But by Acton you call down La Puerta and Rich Plain, come and stand up on Chuck and Jam.
But as I was saying, when he come to Lavantil and his strongholds, he put on his red PNM jersey, his jeans, and he come with a lot of file to jail the last government while he was campaigning. Because all he speak, all he spit out of his mouth was corruption. And he used to do like this, hold it in his hand and beat it. Jail for them! Jail! They're all going to jail! And the crowd will just wild up. Nothing about your children's future, the development of your of your community.
Nothing for you.
Nothing about development. Nothing about taking your life forward. He only believed that the people in Westmoreland need to hear he about to take their life forward, and the people on this side only want to hear confusion and bacchanal.
And into that you put the media. Because it is the media's job to say, but Mr. Rowley, in Westmoreland you said That's the media's job. I remember Bill Clinton got Yasser Arafat, and I can't remember who was the leader of Israel at the time.
That was not Netanyahu, no? That is the other fella, short fella.
Perez. He got the leader of Israel and Yasser Arafat of the Palestinians in the White House together. And for the camera They shake hands. The world hold his breath.
Yeah.
Is Middle East peace a possibility? And then Clinton said, questions. First questions. Mr. Clinton, is there any truth to the fact that Monica Lewinsky has a dress with your DNA on it? They didn't care about Arafat. You're the president of America. You have question to answer. Hema Ramkisoon, Asha Javid. All you're asking why people don't trust media. Media is gone for hire. Media is...
No, because for the people, you draw a point.
Crow went on stage and say,
wow.
He called me as dirty nigga. So I turned down the window and cussed where he has. All you have to do is watch the video and see Crow lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if a man, and I grew up in Trinidad. I grew up in Trinidad. I
really want to address that one, Philip.
Well, I was saying
here's the reason why I want to address it.
Take it.
When somebody curse you and call you the N-word, all right? When somebody curse you and call you a nigger, your whole discussion is going to be calling him back the N-word.
And that's the point. You never mentioned that.
You never mentioned it.
Your focus and
you're the police? That's my phone.
I want to ask you a question.
I want
to ask you a question. This is Trinidad. I grew up, you grew up, Trinidad. If somebody prepared to call you a racist word at the start, even if it didn't come out in the start,
you will deal with it.
No, but whole video they calling you that.
Whole
argument. Once you reach there,
you're not stopping.
Once you reach there,
you ain't seen it once.
The racist comment don't stop on one like, yes, that's so and that's it. No. Be that stupid.
But the person who was filming him was talking to him about the phone.
Yes, and that's all
he was cussing about the phone.
Yes.
And when I tell him about the 350 Benz.
Yeah.
Nowhere inside that whole thing had to do with race.
Have nothing to do with race.
And you see what? And let me tell you something. Our media is a joke in this country. Our media is a joke because the Equal Opportunity Commission now supposed to investigate Krokro for trying to use racist incitement to defend himself. Right. So he just make it worse. Where's Emil Krong? Emil Krong, where are you? Emil, you little puffed up foo-foo. Where are you? All you know who
you know what's so bad about that, Philip? They know he lying too. And to know in your heart and your soul, Coco, you know it's a lie that you make up and you want to go and sing song about it too. So your whole life, we have to look back now and say, it's about lies.
Ashton Ford, the week before, Ashton Ford, I talking to you. Ashton Ford, you're a man of some level of character and respect. Ashton Ford, you are the man in charge of PEP. Fire Krokro for that and report him to the Equal Opportunities Commission. This country cannot tolerate that. You cannot let a man go and sing such racially divisive nonsense and call that calypso. He should have been censured. He's supposed to be charged.
True.
Coco really believe he's king. That's his problem. Coco believe he's a king.
Once you sing for the PNM and they reward you with a CPEP big work, because I mean, the size of the van they have him driving, when the dope, my ladder does come down.
That's another short. I know a lot of people had that problem. It's that short man syndrome.
No, but you have it bad.
You see the short man syndrome.
The Napoleon syndrome, don't call it.
Yeah, all right, the Napoleon. Because I know a lot. There's this guy who do a lot of financing and thing too. He have that. But I say he have it bad. It's beyond what I think anybody else have it. The short man syndrome. They try to jump and touch things that is out of their reach. They always like to be heard. They speak about things that they don't have.
And they're more aggressive.
They're very aggressive.
If a man call you, in the song he say he called me a stupid nigga. If a man call you that, you bothering to talk to them about your 350 Benz.
That's the last thing on your mind.
I calling you out.
I call you the same thing because you're the same thing.
You think I still driving? Boy, I running you, but we stopping. Short as I short, we stopping.
But it's a black man. So at the end of the day, he called you that. It would have been going back and forth.
Exactly.
The whole conversation would have been about race.
You call me a nigga. You call me that. That is the first thing. You taping that. You taping that. You call me. Tape what you call me.
Exactly.
Tape what you call me.
But watch me. The issue is Where was the
You know,
media?
he should be charged for that for real.
No, that have to go before the
Inciting.
Equal Opportunities Commission.
Yeah.
He tried to incite violence in the society.
Yeah.
But the media. This is the problem I have with Hema Ramkisoon. This is the problem I have with Asha Javid, and they don't get it. Asha Javid wrote on her Facebook yesterday, it's like journalism is the only job that everybody know how to do better than us.
Yes, I saw that.
And I want to tell Asha,
Yes,
it's
boy.
not that we know how to do journalism better than journalists. We know how to do journalism better than you.
Yeah.
We know how to do it better than you and what passes for media in this country. This is fake. This is real waste of time. What the framers of the Constitution, Trinidadians need to understand, what the framers of the Constitution had in mind is media that asks the truth.
Correct.
I posted 2 things on Facebook yesterday. I wanna go. I gotta take apart your boy Rowley this morning, you know.
Yeah, well,
No, I'm taking him apart this morning because you see on TV6 posts that Rowley say, this is what he say, TV6 say, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley also weighed in saying he's prepared to prosecute where there's evidence. If you can provide me with the evidence that any minister has any close ties with any gang leader and is supporting gangsterism, if you can supply me with that evidence as Prime Minister of this country, I am sure that you will understand I will act. I responded immediately, Mr. Prime Minister, stop misleading the people now. This is a release. The media wouldn't cover it because it highlights to the media that they don't have critical thinking.
Yeah.
I said, Mr. Prime Minister, stop misleading the people. The government is playing smart with stupidness here. First off, the Prime Minister has no prosecutorial powers, so the statement makes no sense. Secondly, and more importantly to this foolishness, it is not the public's job to provide you with evidence that can lead to prosecution. That's the role of the investigative arms of the state, specifically the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Credible suspicions raised should prompt investigations to unearth prosecutorial evidence. Stop misleading the people. But he said, and I want to quote him because I want to add something else. 2 stories in the media, the 2 of them contradict each other, and the media ain't say nothing. He said he is prepared to prosecute. The word is prosecute where there's evidence. Later on in the day, this is a story. Later on in the day, and we will follow up this. PNM votes to expel Ragunanan. Now they expel Ragunanan for corruption in PTSC. You have enough evidence to expel Ragunanan,
but not to prosecute.
but you ain't prosecuting him.
But he said but yeah, what he said.
Mr. Rowley said,
But Philip,
I would like to quote you to you.
but Philip, hear what he said. He said he can't prosecute. When they was asking him, how come he haven't jailed nobody from the UNC yet? Hear what he turned and said. He said he's not the police. He said that.
But you see, that's my point.
He said that.
But that's my point. Ghost, let me take it further. He not the police, right?
Yes.
Ghost, listen here. Say that again, man. Say it.
He said, I'm not the police. I am not the police.
We're talking corruption, right?
Because when, yes,
We're talking corruption, right? So he put that on Gary Griffith. I want to show Trinidad and Tobago the madness of this country. I asked a question yesterday. I want people to explain this to me. Madness. Goes.
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago may not be aware of what I am about to tell them. But you see how Rowley say it is the job of the police?
Yeah.
Check what I am about to tell you. The Anti-Corruption Investigative Bureau doesn't answer to the Commissioner of Police.
The answer to the AG.
They answer to the politically appointed attorney general. So all Keith Rowley have to do pick up the phone and say, Faris!
Yes.
Faris!
Throw that one out, boy.
Yeah. Faris!
Yeah, pass
so you're
that
playing
one.
smart.
Direct your ACIB. Send them in Ragunan and Tel. Send them behind Marlin and Burkibuk.
Yeah.
Send them behind Kamala and Ruda. How did we end up with a separation of powers that no longer separated? How did we end up with a politically appointed attorney general beholding to the government, having control of the Anti-Corruption Investigative Bureau. This is madness.
That's beyond madness.
Yeah.
This is banana republic dictatorship bullshit.
That's beyond, yeah,
this
that's
is
beyond
madness.
It is beyond
Gary Griffith, talk to the public. Gary Griffith, you see all you who want to say, until Gary lock up big fish, all you who want to talk that, Gary don't have control of that. And I talked to him. He said, Philip, my net big, boy. My net big. Gary told them, move the ACIB back under the Commissioner of Police. And I tell him Trinidad and Tobago this. Today, tell Rowley, you want big fish in PNM and UNC to make jail? Put the ACIB under Gary Griffith as Commissioner of Police, and plenty men and women will hear the turn of a rusty doorknob. A jailhouse key.
Yeah.
That is what protecting them. When people ask, how come PNM and UNC, how come Ghost just tell we Rowley beat up the file? What does he say?
Jail for them.
Yeah.
They're going to jail when we win the election.
How could Rowley, who have the power of the ACIB through the AG, not act?
Yeah.
Ghost, they stunting for people and lying
Big
to
show,
them.
big show.
But you see what happening to them, though.
Ghost, they making a mockery.
People start
Ghost,
to
they
think,
making a mockery.
Elders and
A
them
man
dying
from
out.
inside the American Chamber of Commerce called me on the phone. I said, I'm going on the radio. He said, listen, I gotta tell you this. It's how the 1% vex, the media vex, the politicians vex, because the whole of Trinidad and Tobago starting to sound like you.
But that was the point I was trying to bring from the start.
Yeah, but you remember this too. Right now, the elders dying out, and the young ones that coming up is educated and paying attention.
I tell you, last night in Laborie, boy, was amazing. I feel good.
They're paying attention.
I feel good.
You see, paying attention is very important, because there's a lot of people out there just spill whatever they want to spill because of the love.
People not carrying bullshit no more.
No, they're not.
They're not coming political meetings to wave flags.
Listen,
people realize
Come to ask
no, they
real
have
questions.
power. People have power.
Come to
They
ask the real
understand.
questions
I have
now.
shown Trinidad and Tobago, the Constitutional Republic of Trinidad and Tobago belongs to you.
Philip.
It belongs to you.
Philip.
It speaks of you before President, Prime Minister, and police. It gives the power to the people.
The parents these days are spending too much money on the children education to sit by idly and let this.
How does the Anti-Corruption Investigative Bureau get to operate under the Attorney General? How is that possible? How is that possible? How does that make sense? How is that right, reasonable, rational?
Everything is possible under the PNM. Everything is possible.
I don't want political excuses, you know.
But I'm telling you, because
I don't want political. No. I want to tell you something.
All right.
I want to say this to you.
Don't go so serious.
The UNC knew that Caroni Limited could bring the price of breadfruit down to $5. I'm talking plain here. Everybody who has had public office in this country have questions to answer. Everybody.
I have no problem with that.
Everybody.
100%.
We have
I believe that you're right.
Tens of thousands of acres of land that can't grow nothing but razor grass and semiplex, and people starving, boy. I mean, avocado and breadfruit. I grew up in a country where avocado and breadfruit had a. Is Mr. Breadfruit now?
Yeah.
It's $25 for a breadfruit.
Right.
Well, Philip, for 2 hours on Saturday, I was looking for a breadfruit.
Come on, man.
Listen what I'm saying to you. For 2 hours on Saturday.
Invader Spaniards still have the breadfruit tree?
All right. I think that was a god. That big room.
I remember I was in Woodbrook, and the amount of confusion that it caused when invaders wanted to take down that tree, a breadfruit tree could feed a community.
Yes.
Yeah.
You call it poor people food.
No, but it could. They could call it what they want.
Philip.
I don't go Chutters and what's the name of the place? I don't go Prime. I've never seen inside Prime. I don't eat in Hyatt. You know what I like? Badgie rice, pigtail, oxtail, breadfruit.
Yeah.
I had an ex-girlfriend say, what if I have a tail or snout or a foot you eating it? No, but I'm telling you,
Philip.
roti and I cool. And I'm trying to understand things like oxtail. When you go in the grocery, oxtail used to throw away oxtail.
Yeah.
The butcher used to throw away oxtail. Now there's Mr. Oxtail.
Yeah.
How poor people eating goes everything else aside. How people feeding the children.
You asking that question, right? And I asked that in the grocery area. Now, I wasn't going grocery because I made my grocery early. So while I passed, I remember I'm out of milk. And I think it was something else for my son. But it wasn't much. And I bought him one of them box of juices. And when I stopped, pick up other stuff, and I was like, I shout out at the cash register. I was like, oh my God.
Brother man.
Lady was like, what's wrong?
Brother
said,
man.
How the hell?
4 plastic bags and your bill is 1,000.
Well, I had 500, right? So here the lady, you pick up. I said, no, I only came in here for 2 things. So hear my conversation with her now. I said, forget me. What about the people that making $400 a week?
Brother man.
How they feed the children?
$2,250 a month. 450,000 people living on that. How you feeding them?
Credit all yes.
You know what they say? If you can't feed your children, don't make them.
You hear the
So you hear the madness,
Totish,
hear this stupid nonsense. Instead of saying the government has a responsibility to the people of the third wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere to make sure that the price of food and the cost of living in the Western Hemisphere, we are ahead of it was Canada, America, Canada, Venezuela, Trinidad.
Yeah.
We're ahead of Mexico and Brazil. Imagine that per capita. In Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, Trinidad, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago, pregnant with possibility and potential.
Yeah.
This nation could be one of the richest countries in the world. Singapore and Dubai is joked away.
That don't have oil.
Come now, man.
Yeah, that don't have oil.
So Dubai in the middle of a freaking desert and they have water 24/7. We ashamed, boy. Trinidadians should wake up every morning
All right.
and say,
Philip,
ashamed to be actually.
No, we can't have water 24/7 because the man that have the tank won't be able to sell his tanks on them. Listen to this, we can have water in this country 20, forget 24, 25, 8. Do
you know Singapore? The water quality in Singapore pipe is higher quality than we just buying a Blue Waters bottle. If you had a proper water and sewage authority in Trinidad and Tobago, you couldn't sell bottled water in this country. I grew up in Woodbrook. We used to talk about water sweet in the pipe, living off hose pipe.
Water don't go in Woodbrook. Where are you from? Water does go. I'm from Lavandale. We use to tote water.
Ghost, I tell people yesterday, if you're a Trinidad and Tobago, before you comment on politics in defense of either the PNM or UNC, answer these questions. Do you own a home? Do you have a possibility of working, saving to own a home? Do you have a solid career and a safe job? Do you own a business? Do you have access to private healthcare in case of emergencies? Do you get water 24/7 in the pipes where you live? Do you think you get value for money when shopping? Do you think the prices of food is fair? Do you feel safe in your home at night? Do you feel safe driving or traveling the nation's roads? Do your children benefit from first world education? Do you feel respected by institutions of state? Do you feel served by banks and financial institutions? Do you worry for your loved ones when they are not with you? Do you feel hope for the future in this country? Do you have faith in the justice system? Do you trust law enforcement? Do you think the condition of Trinidad and Tobago is the best we could be?
No. No.
The first time I stood up in a Progressive Empowerment Party meeting and said, nothing works.
Yeah.
I watch everybody calculating.
Yeah.
Because they want to contradict me.
Yeah.
They want to contradict me. One man say, the wrecker.
Oh yeah, that worked.
The wrecker.
He correct, that worked.
Nothing works but the wrecker.
The only thing in this country works is the
It is a sad indictment against the people of this country. We are paging chairs to find a microphone for our third guest. We are joined in studio by Chairman Felicia Holder, and we're waiting on chairs to bring a microphone for her. We continuing because when we come back and we opening the mics, the phone lines, we opening the phone mic on the mic. We opening the phone lines because everybody needs to call in and answer this question. We're also going to be joined by guests of PEP market vendors who are going to be in the PEP market on Saturday coming. That is at Lions Civic Center. Felicia Holder, chairman of the PEP, is come to discuss that. But Ghost, I want to ask you a question. If the average person can't own a home, can't get a decent job, can't afford to live, have no hope, living in fear, in a country where none of the infrastructure works, where the country feels like it is collapsing, how does this government still get to be in office? How come 1.4 million of us have not reached enough?
I really don't know, Philip, because I ask that question often, especially when you could go to Valencia and lick down somebody's house that was there for 20 years. Just imagine you as a little one coming from school and watch your house demolish with your other peers and them. You know you can't go to school. You know the kind of mental, you know how that will damage you. Dr. Rowley don't care.
628-9595, 628-3131. Keith Rowley asked, what have you done for black people? Keith Rowley, I am asking you, what have you done for anybody?
No, you went too far. You went too far. Just ask what have he done for black people.
628-9595.
Just for the 1%.
I need that. I've just realized I don't have on my headsets, and it's in the white bag. We have a spare headphone for Ghost. Just hold that call for a minute there, Tony.
I'm going to get up and give this young lady.
No. At the end of this segment, we will be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, Chaz is on the road right now. 628-9595, 628-3131. Chaz is on the road looking for a spare microphone. So when that gets done, we will address it. Right. Tony, we can take calls.
Ready?
Yeah.
Morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
How are you going, sir?
Morning.
First thing I wanted to say is this. Well, good morning to your panel.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
What I wanted to say, Philip, is that I hear you talking about the Invada Spaniard and the breastfeed thing. Have you ever had a breastfeed from...
I'm not hearing you, caller.
I say, have you had a breadfruit from that tree? Invada Spaniard?
Yeah.
If I have ever had a breadfruit,
from the tree in the Panyard.
You know, I can't say yes and I can't say no.
All right. Okay.
I'll tell you why. I grew up in Woodbrook, and you know, in Woodbrook, once you growing food in your yard, it's to share with the neighbors and it's to share with everybody. That is how Woodbrook is. Our avocado tree and our Julie mango tree used to make our yard like a community center. So I know. Yeah? You eat breadfruit from that tree, my friend?
Yes. I had breadfruit from that tree. Wow. My uncle used to beat pan in.
I pushed Invada pan at 9 years old, you know.
Well, I did that too. Nice. Anyway, listen, let's get on the topic here. You know, you're talking about some things about the agriculture thing and how things are poisoned. So let's feed ourselves in this.
Easily. We were a net food exporter in the same things. Caller, listen, you ought to come and sit down and meet with me, you know. This Saturday we have PEP Market in Lion Civic Center. We're there from 10 to 6. Come down now because you and I ought to sit down and talk. Yeah? I'm looking forward to that. And tell me if I had to send a car to bring you, call me. Eh? Call Tony off 86884012.
Yeah. Remember what?
I know my wingman number. Thanks for the call, caller. Take care. 628-9595, 628-3131. We have Ghost in the studio. Ghost, ask a question, man.
But Philip, you're speaking about how Woodbrook used to change.
I know Woodbrook.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying. Laventil was like that.
But it's
Laventil. A matter of fact, Trinidad and Tobago. So let me just
look at you have a call coming in. But that is our Trinidad is.
Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Ghost.
Good morning.
Mr. Uganda, I listen to you every morning after the Gong Report. But the Gong Report is the thing. Anyhow, I'm from Valton South. And I'm talking from Valton North.
Oh.
Sorry, sir. And I'm speaking for Valton North. We don't vote PNM up here. And when campaign come round, PNM can't come by our door. They put it in the mailbox. So you use a remark and call Val, saying, Ben, oh, this, whatever. No. And worse now with this Rowley in this is Prime Minister. We don't want to hear.
Thank you for that. The whole country waiting, cock like Mappa Peter Fire. Have a good day, caller. Before we take that call, Tony, I just want to give Felicia Holder, Chairman of the PEP, opportunity to say good morning to the listeners.
Good morning, listeners. Tony, Ghost. Nice to have you in studio.
Ghost, get that sweet talk, boy. Throw him out. Take your call. 628.
Good morning, everybody.
628. Go flirting with Ghost.
Morning, caller.
Hold on, I have $1 on my phone, so I want to talk fast. I was graduating to Ole Party, but you see, that man who talking there, I don't like how he talking about Gary and them kind of thing. Like, you ain't supposed to ask a question of your objective. And Ghost, you don't get to happen that, you know. Because you from Lavanti, I from Lavanti, and you know you just go through up the police just come and kick down your door just so. They ain't doing them thing in Westmoreland. So you don't get to happen that.
We know
so
that.
What was the point? But what is the point you make with your dollar left on your phone? What is the point you making? You say you want to gravitate towards the party. You talking about the same thing you talking about.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is the way how you talking about Gary. Because you and Gary's partner, you supporting everything he's saying. I don't agree with that.
You see, you just put words in my mouth that I never put in my own mouth. So use a magician.
You're talking.
Use a magician. No, use a magician. Caller, and that is wrong. That is wrong. And I want to tell you and I will answer you. And you talk and use up your dollar and we will talk. I will talk when you finish. 628-9595-682-121. I want to answer this. Listen, every show that exists, New York, NYPD, Blue, Law and Order, all them shows is about New York City. All the comics, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, all of them, the mythical cities that they're in, New York City. New York City was the murder capital of the world. The Sicilian gang, the mafia, had control of New York City. It take one man, Rudy Giuliani, to bring New York City from the murder capital, the #1 murder capital of the world, to the #1 tourist destination in the world. And in the beginning, police had to get on stink and dirty because, as Gary say, you're fighting a war. That caller say he was gravitating to this party, and not anymore because I supporting Gary. Hold your vote. I want to live in a safe country, and I know we have one chance. Gary Griffith, he is not a madman. I put my political career on the line for him every time I speak. I know that he know where the line is. If Gary was a dictator, you think he would be on the media every morning? Look, he was on Synergy again this morning after the crocus bag of nonsense mad talk. Oh, let miss me with the foolish talk, eh? We want a better Trinidad. All of us have to be rowing in the same direction. 628-9595-628.
Morning, Gola.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Man talk no man. He get the phone card, like you said. There's a caller done. 2 shita galvanized and a jetness away from a tree.
Morning, gentlemen.
How you going, man?
Morning, boss.
Ghost.
Yes, sir.
You said a while ago that people in Waterhole, they don't have water, and they feel they could never get water.
Yeah.
And they contended. Let me give you a quick example of that. This fellow who was in charge of La Hospital Chalparo.
Maxi Coffee.
No, the man before him. Just had the man.
He was the land minister.
Yes, right. He said during the campaign in 2010, he was walking through a community, and the whole community had blue barrels, and every house had a blue barrel in front of the door.
Who's the name?
Yes.
I'll tell you the name.
He went and take communion in a Catholic church and get right up in the bombs. I say here, no, because they wanted to beat him for that.
He said every house in that community, in that house.
I remember. Make a point.
Yes, he said every house in that housing development had blue barrels in front of the door. He said an old woman approached him when he was campaigning, walking through. She said, "Son, I will give you my vote if you promise me one thing. When you get in office, I want a new barrel because this one here have a hole." She never in her wildest dream
thought she could get
water. Before he left that constituency, that woman was bathing with hot and cold inside the house, and the whole community had running water in their place.
I know they have Maxi Coffee now. I thought I was in a mess.
Is he still alive?
628-9595-628.
Morning, Gola.
Morning, guys. Really enjoying this program this morning.
Thank you.
How you good?
And I would want to agree with Philip there, where Hema is concerned, because I have been looking at her show for many years, and in many cases she's very biased. So I agree with every single thing that you said about.
Thank you, Kolo.
And I agree. I wanted to come up Arima side and
come in. 6 weeks after the 23rd of March, we're opening on Tampuna Road, Arima. So find me on Facebook and stay tuned. Yeah.
You're doing a good job. Keep it up.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah, we're gonna light it up. We're gonna break it up. 628-9595-628.
Morning, Gola. Hello.
Yes, morning. The guy name is Jairam Simangal.
Jairam Simangal.
Let me tell you something, buddy. That man a real work. Bridges that were wooden over 100 years. That man will move it and make it dual carriageway.
and Trinidadians too ungrateful and too dirty. We're going to get
No, you see, it's not just that.
And they like it.
No, but it's not just that. You see, caller, you can't bring home flowers and chocolates for the wife and then be she. You have to make sure that if you're doing good government, you have to do good government properly, and there don't have to be no corruption and no robbery. Let me get a real government for a change, and no lesser evil bullshit. Hello, 628-9595, 628-3131.
Honeys.
How you going?
I want to give a personal message to Hema. She think lipstick and blinky eye is media. Blinky.
Have a good day, caller. We ain't going on a road because they gonna say it's Philip. They gonna say Philip call him up. They gonna say Philip call him up Blinky.
Morning, caller.
Other people call her Miss Piggy, they blame me. I never call her Miss Piggy.
Morning.
Call her live.
Call her live. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yako here.
Yako?
Yeah.
Yako here.
Nice
I don't want, Philip, I want to stop using my phrase, the galvanize and the jack pan.
He's like T-Fit. I tell you T-Fit. Ain't I tell you T-Fit?
Yeah, on a note on Gary, I don't have a problem with commissioner police. We want to do a good job.
Exactly.
But deal fair with each and everybody.
Absolutely.
If Gary put God in front and use his heart, watch when he will be well successful and be protected.
Put the ACIB under the Commissioner of Police and watch big fish try to swim upstream.
You understand?
Have a good day,
caller. And jam all them officers who they catching corruption.
Well, jam them.
Them out of the force.
Jam them. Thank you for that. 628-9595, 628-3131. Come, have your say. Talk your talk.
Morning, caller.
Morning, brother. How are you going?
Not too bad. How you going?
Holding on with both hands and trying to keep smiling.
Alright. I thought I had not good, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Well, I've taken on the program this morning and all going very good. Alright. So the question that you asked Philip Alexander, right? What has the PNM done for African people? One, you went up in Lavantel and tell them we help government. Two. Yeah, no?
Yeah, go ahead.
You make a list.
Two. Right.
Caller, make a list.
Alright, listen, huh?
We read your thing now, man.
Alright, he tell PNM mother the children what is hyenas in a hyena jungle.
Wild hyenas in an African jungle. That was the actual
phrase. Yeah, so you say. And number three, he tell you ladies and them who is victim of what? They what they call domestic crime. That what?
Choose all your man better.
Why? Because what?
Choose all your men wisely.
Or something so. Listen, let me tell you something. I see this PNM government, I reach my limit to them. And
this thing can't get
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you talk.
Anyhow, my brother goes. Good morning, sir.
Morning, brother. Morning.
It's very good to hear for just
well, I know it's you.
Go see your whole family calling in on the people. Have a good day, my friend. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Morning.
No more Ghost family calling.
Good morning, members of the panel.
How you going, sir? How you going?
Pick up the PEP.
Hey.
Thanks, sir.
Pick up the PEP or you're winning the next election.
Thank you for that. It's time for a better country. It is time for a better country. It is time for the people to have a government that understand that the government just wean yourself off government. We have more stupidness than that.
This country has too much wealth for the people
that
suffering. So
correct.
I watched an interview recently with Hema when she interviewed I think it's David Mohammed. But before she closed off, she asked him if he have any closing remarks. I said, but she didn't do that with
That's right.
I said she didn't do that.
Stink and dirty and biased. Thank you for that.
I like how Gary handler.
Now everybody's saying, but wait, now Philip, you was right.
Yeah, because it's not
Philip, you was right.
Because Philip wasn't the only one saying it. You see, they're hearing it from our different quarters now.
Now that people seeing what real leadership could be right through in the country, they're waking up. Thank you for that, caller.
And when I tell people about Philip Alexander, they say, but he's at 1%. I said, don't study.
Half a 1%. Ghost is put that. Is Ghost put that in the public space? I went on Aisha Well shows. Caller is Ghost talk that chopper. They say blank that. Put that out your mind.
I know that. But I tell people when you watch that Malaysia,
Malaysia people, I sure the Malaysia public didn't think they could have get somebody who would have clean up the country. I said they get somebody who clean up the country. I say so. Don't say.
Yeah, well, we changing our political party symbol. We changing our political party symbol to a yard broom and a bottle of black disinfectant.
Correct.
Have a good day, caller. 628-956-283131.
Morning, caller.
Your friend here from St. Babs.
St. Babs. How you going?
Like Aisha Wells, where they can run around the PNM, people can run around the PNM with a better party today. Thank you, Ghost, and keep up the good work.
Thank you for that, caller. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Morning, caller.
59556.
Before I tell anybody else good morning, Felicia.
Listen.
Say good morning.
PH, you come back with your slackness.
I can't hear you, but good morning.
You know, she don't want to hear you.
She take off she headphones. She says nobody floating with her here. You had a chance to set noses. What happened Valentine's Day?
Nah, the phone break down.
Can I speak to the chairman of the party, please?
She taking a pause right now.
Out of all the women in Trinidad and Tobago, you are one of the top 5 most beautiful women in Trinidad and Tobago. That's all I have to say.
Did you get any flowers on
Valentine's? Your wife here?
Oh God, give me
Thank you very much.
Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? E-harmony.
Listen. Go ahead.
Let's make a political contribution and they be flirting with members of the party.
We're talking about Keith Rowley, right?
Yeah.
I want you to talk about Stuart Young too. Stuart Young
very disrespectful. I ain't get to him yet.
Spain North, who don't know anybody in Belmont. Ask Stuart Young if you know anybody living Westbury Lane, First Davis Street, up Mackay. He doesn't know anybody, right? Stuart Young can't even literally walk in anybody's shoes in Belmont. Stuart Young never taught water in his life, right? He doesn't know what the people of Belmont and environs of Port of Spain North has been going through with crime and different things, right? But imagine this, you just blanket a building with your face and Keith Rowley's face, and you become the member of Parliament for Port of Spain North.
But the people accept him though.
All you have to get real. He has done nothing for Port of Spain North. He will continue doing nothing for Port of Spain North. And you know what? The same Belmont people who complain because they have no water, they have no this, they have no that, they have no the other. When lights go in Belmont, lights don't go in Westmoreland because they will take the lights from Belmont to upgrade the grid in Westmoreland. So they will always have lights. We have to suffer. When we don't have water, you know what's going on? It doesn't bother Stuart Young, right? Because Stuart Young has tanks, he has this, he has that, and the other, right? But the thing about it, he cannot relate to the issues that are going on in Belmont. He, Keith Rowley, and all the rest of the waste of time there.
Thanks for that.
That's sitting down there and want to dictate
PH, I want to tell you, this Saturday at Lions Civic Center from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. we have PEP Market. Come down and meet with the team. We want to talk to you, right? Have a good day.
Stay from Felicia.
And stay away from Felicia.
Have a great day. Have a great day.
Yeah, we calling you Felicia. Bros, it's Felicia.
That's all I'm coming for.
Hang up on him. Alright, we're going to take a quick switch gears here. Hand over to Felicia, who is going to do an interview with one of the vendors of the PEP Market. So, yeah. And a big thank you to Ghost for joining us this morning.
Boy, Ghost,
no problem, Philip. You can always call him.
Yeah, brother. Hold it on, boy, Ghost.
Yeah. Come here. Alright, we'll start.
Felicia.
Tony, I didn't even hear what he said.
The fans, boy, yeah? The fans, boy.
He's a joker. He thinks what women in politics.
What is this? No, but really, Felicia's a very, you know, she stands out a lot, and
yes, you do.
You know, as a woman, she's a point of inspiration for a lot of young women out there. Because again, she's taking things to such a different level to show the level of her taking responsibility and taking charge of what she chooses to forge towards, you know, as far as it goes. So again, my hat off to you.
I believe that she will have a lot of other young ladies following her, because I think that she have that kind of...
No, really, because I have a lot of young ladies, like some of my employees and stuff, they talk about her a lot.
So
and they look up to her. They look up to her.
Don't call again and ask him. Thank you.
Yes. It was really nice to have it. I hope next time I come here, stay a little longer. Don't leave because I come, you know.
But once you here, I'll be coming.
It wasn't me.
Let me hear, listen.
We're going into a little pep market.
Yes.
Here we have
Let's hear what's happening this Saturday.
Risa Ragunanan Mohammed here with us from Henna Trinidad. Henna Trinidad, that's the name of the company. Just leaning a little bit more to the mic. Say good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Morning.
Morning.
You know, you are one of our PEP market vendors, one of the first to register, actually. And I just want you to tell us a little bit more of your business, what you're going to be having in PEP Market this Saturday. Just get the listeners excited to come out and hear what you have to offer.
Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Well, again, good morning to everybody. Thank you very much for having me here this morning. It's a pleasure to be here. I know it is that we're all about the PEP Market this Saturday. I'm actually excited about it.
Me too.
I know we had a little discussion before it is that we went on here. Yes. It's something that a lot of small businesses actually are very much grateful for, because you know we can't afford the big spaces all over, you know, in the malls and all these different places. But you know, one day we'll get there.
Yes.
So but my business is the name is Henna Trinidad. My business was founded approximately 10 years ago, and I started off my business. I'm not too sure if it is that you're familiar with henna.
Yes, a little bit. Never got it.
Right. So, well, Saturday is your opportunity to do that, girl. Yes.
So I can answer a question. Boys could get henna too.
Why not?
Well, I want to know. I want to get a henna six-pack. Tony, I can't do an next setup, boy.
She can do miracles.
Tony, I can't do an next setup, boy.
Nothing is impossible.
Do crunches. I can't do no more. I'm coming for a henna
Stop
six.
eating the roti.
Don't Trinidad roti industry closed now.
Yes, darling.
All right. So henna is actually a medium that we use to do temporary body art, and all over we know it. Know it as mehendi. So mehendi is the art of applying the henna on the body. Now henna is not only used on your skin; you can actually use it on your hair and on your nails. Yeah. So
like a dye?
Not used on your skin.
Like a hair dye?
I'm thinking where else?
Really?
On your tongue, eyeball.
So actually henna is an all natural way to color and condition your hair.
Okay.
So when you come down to the PEP Market, you can come and visit my table.
So you'll be doing henna applications?
Yes, I will be doing henna on the spot. Yes, I know it's a craze for carnival.
So everybody who want to get their henna for carnival can come and check you there.
Make sure and come down to the PEP Market. Yes, I will be there from early o'clock.
How long does the henna last? Because I want to do mine for fats and I don't know how long it will last.
When is the fat?
It's the week after.
All right. So the good thing about it is that I actually use all natural henna, and there's a big difference with all natural henna and the chemical cones that you would find popping up in Indian expos and bars and bazaars and all these different things. The all natural henna tends to last a lot longer, as a matter of fact, than the synthetic henna cones that you would find.
I'm sure the all natural will be better for you too.
It is a lot better.
Because a lot of people don't understand the skin is the largest organ in the human body, you know? And we put on your skin. They say you shouldn't put on your skin anything they won't put in your mouth.
Right.
That's the truth.
Well, exactly, yeah. And a lot of people, you see, we were on a big campaign last year during the Diwali time, because you know that's my peak period, and we were advocates for using all natural henna, and we tried to educate the public. And I mean, we all know how hard change is, right? Because I listened to your conversation prior to our interview here, and it's a tough thing. So change is very hard for a lot of people who like quick, fast, and cheap.
Yeah.
Right? So
that described two of my last relationships. Quick, fast, and cheap.
Look where you going now, boy.
No, I don't know.
So all natural henna tends to last a lot longer than the synthetic dyes.
Okay.
It's very safe for you to use on your skin, and depending on how well the recipient takes care of your henna, you can actually have it last anywhere to a week to as much as up to 3 weeks.
But yes, made with blue soap.
Well, that was my next point. You know, it all it all boils down to like exfoliation. So henna is a stain that will be on your skin. So if you tend to bathe very often or do dishes very often, or as Philip said, use blue soap, it will tend to come off faster than normal.
No, things rough this wrong. People had to survive. I know my tell me baby with candle wax.
Well, I grew up in rough times, so I know. I'm originally from Talparo, so I know about the rough times. So, yeah.
So you make these products yourself?
Yes, I actually do. I import it on a very large scale, and I am probably one of the top distributors in the Caribbean for henna.
Wow,
very nice.
Risa Ragunana Mohammed.
So I don't mean to do one, but when I started my business, there was no business in Trinidad to assist henna artists locally.
Okay.
And the 1 or 2 henna artists that were here, they are not locals, but they refused to help, to be honest. I approached them and they shot me down, and I used that as fuel for my fire, and I said I will never be like them, and I started helping other henna artists. Right now, Henna Trinidad is actually comprised of a group of about 16 other henna artists. We all band together for events and stuff. So you'll see a couple of the girls and guys.
So we're dealing with the real henna people.
Yes, this is
we're dealing with the 18. Excellent.
Yes, correct.
Excellent. So, because I don't know if Felicia told you, but the idea is to do the PEP market at least monthly, and we want to build a crew of people so that everywhere we go, we take in the best quality of everything that we can get.
But what I was telling Felicia was that we have a group of vendors that we normally
move with.
Yes, correct.
Well, then I am sure after when you come
here, we told them about the PEP market,
and you all can get like a group rate, I guess, if you're moving as a crew.
All right, good.
So that's a good thing, and that's good because Trinidadians need opportunities. If you get to display and sell in a venue that costing you $200-300 a day, then you get to offer real good prices to the shoppers and bargains and deals.
What small business owners
That's exactly. We need to come together as small business, and shoppers need to give. I keep telling shoppers this, it is the small business person that is likely to stand with you during hard times. Marcia, want to see me if my wallet empty,
Yeah.
I can't walk up to the cashiers and Marcia and say, "What's that? Trust week? Trust what? Why? Security?"
But this Saturday, what I will be focusing on, Carnival is in the air. So part of our business actually has body art products. So we're tailoring this particular market for our Carnival body art products. And yes, I will be doing henna on the spot as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing this in action.
Yeah, definitely.
A real pretty design.
Yes. And in Trinidad and Tobago and in the Caribbean, it's stereotyped that henna is a Hindu thing, an Indian thing.
Yeah, but I've realized that East Indian, real traditional East Indian fashion and culture has become mainstream and fashionable now.
And henna always used to be associated with just Hindu weddings, and it's not that anymore. It's a fashion statement now.
Yeah,
it's a personal statement.
Well, if you all do
business, any red carpet wearing henna.
No, but if they do weddings, you need to talk to Tony because get married this year.
What's your stories? What's going on with you?
Get married every year.
He's a runaway groom.
No, I ain't looking for no wife, I guess, man. I ain't want no wife.
Yes.
They're looking for you, Well, Tony's eligible, ladies.
This Saturday we'll be focusing on our Carnival body art products, but I want to touch on
what are body art products? That's something you can buy and do yourself?
Yeah, you can actually do it yourself. There are a lot of tutorials all over with YouTube and Instagram and Snapchat. You just go and you search for...
You making people who wasn't thinking about shopping coming now just to do.
Well, that's the point.
Come and do henna with you. Come to do henna with you. No, it should be a nice event. I mean, we have a lot of stuff happening. We have some actual farmers coming straight from the land to the people.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the start, I mean, we start in Carnival season, but right after Carnival, we come in again. So it could only get bigger from here because we're launching with a big show. So imagine after Carnival.
Yeah. Because I get to understand you all started small and then you realize the
it was not possible.
Exactly.
It wasn't possible to start
because
small.
Like I said, small business people like myself, we look forward to these events and we know that the hosts, the promoters will do everything in their power to help us to be able to move forward. That's the thing. So
but you are a real little powerhouse, man, Risa. This is your so how long have you been in this?
I have been doing henna for approximately 18 years now.
Nobody, and I tell you, speaking for me, would have thought that it was such a massive industry that somebody would be.
When Henna Trinidad was born, that is when things kicked off because henna artists locally finally had somewhere local and affordable in order to get the products and the supplies that they needed. And I saw a need for that here locally. So to purchase from the US and
she said she's doing this 18 years now. You started when you was 9? No, I'm Tony. I'm asking because
I started from since high school actually. That's why it is that
no. I'm very proud of this. And every
I feel
time
very proud to have henna doing that in our PEP market. Like these top and tops right now.
No, but I said that when you talk to small businesses, they always impress you. When you find people who this is their passion. If you're doing something 18 years now, stands the reason you are the authority on this in Trinidad and Tobago. So if people are going to need to talk to somebody who could guide them in this process, who better than Risa, Ragunanan, Mohammed? The double barrel, I'm assuming that is you're married now, eh?
That's correct.
So we can't be flirting anymore. Tony, stop it.
Yeah, you know what? Brother,
the good thing we throw goes out this year. Don't let PH call her. Too many pretty ladies in studio. So okay, so are we going to be doing any special deals for people that you want to talk about, any things like that?
All right, so our Carnival body art products are actually going to be on sale this Saturday. We have a few products that we're going to be launching at your market as well. So, like I said, we have a lot to look forward to this Saturday.
Very exciting.
We have some, I'm pretty sure you'd like to hear this, chunky glitter.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Anytime any woman hears glitter, it's like, bells just go off. And
chunky glitter?
I was about to say, what is chunky glitter?
Chunky
what
glitter is like, not when I say large, not, you know how it is that glitter normally looks like, right?
It's very fine.
Right, correct. So we have cosmetic grade glitter, which is very fine that you can actually use over your eyes, on your face, and on your skin.
Without the risk of it going into the eye.
Right. It's cosmetic grade, so it's actually safe to use around the eyes.
Okay.
And then the chunky glitter is also cosmetic grade as well too. So the chunky glitter is what it is. You'll see like these big pieces of glitter.
Big like a sheet of
foil.
Wish
I had some. I should have worked with.
I will show you all some pictures later.
Yeah. So
trust me, I'm a female and I'm excited right now.
So the chunky glitter, we actually have it for $10. So that's real good prices and it's quality products. That's the thing.
Tony, we play that boy. We play that
I know about you know. I not wearing no chunky glitter part now.
People who are going to be on the road Carnival Monday and Tuesday, we are urging you to come out to the market on Saturday and come early because I'm pretty sure what it is that I work with is going to sell out.
Yeah. Some people on social media and people listening on the radio, they want your number. Could I read this number?
Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
3125239. That is the number for Risa Ragunanan Mohammed. She is the person behind Henna Trinidad. She is the authority on henna. So those of you who want to get some information, those of you who want to buy supplies and everything because it's Carnival season, she's the person to talk to. 3125239.
You can also find us on Facebook. You can search for us at Henna Trinidad, and we're also on Instagram as well.
All the small businesses that coming on board to work with us in PEP Market are also going to be given advertising opportunities on this show and on our social media pages and digital boards. So I just let you know that you and Felicia will be talking more going forward.
A lot of small
so you and your crew will talk with Felicia today and organize for them to come to section.
So on behalf of the small business enterprise in Trinidad, I personally would like to say thank you for having this event, for giving us an opportunity where it is that we can actually promote ourselves and we can advertise and we could push to become one of those big guns one day.
Risa, with your passion, girl, and knowledge, I can't see anything less than that happening. It was an absolute pleasure having you this morning.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine actually to be
Looking
here.
forward to seeing you in action this Saturday at PEP Market.
No, you are going to be my very first customer.
I'm taking that. Don't put your mouth in this. You see? Don't put your mouth. I am the first customer.
Yes, you are my very first customer. So you are going to.
No, but wait.
Salt girl police. Salt for we girl.
Everybody want to use me as the guinea pig.
Everybody's accustomed to seeing ladies getting henna.
But so
by
ice
12
chop
o'clock,
liver.
by 12 o'clock, I have on everything that they're selling in the market. Everybody want to use me as the guinea pig.
Dimples. There's the dimples.
No, it's not the dimples. You see, the thing is that you have to have perfect marketing strategies. Right? And this is what we have to do for the PEP market this Saturday. So this is why it is that we are tailored.
So Risa saying, come out to see her, make a monkey of color. That's what she said.
That is true.
Make a monkey of color.
Man, I will never make a monkey of you. And when it is that when I am finished with doing your henna design on Saturday, you will sit down there and you will be in awe.
I look forward.
You're not going to get any flowers or any curly things, so don't worry. It's going to be a very manly design.
I actually watched a YouTube video. It was the most hypnotic thing to watch. The amount of work that is involved and the symmetry to get it done is amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who you would be amazed to see who would just stop and watch what it is that we're doing. Because a lot of people think, it's just to pick up a cone and do a little something, but there's so much more to it. There's so much
art.
more.
It's real art.
It's real art.
Yeah, no, but it's true. I've seen you guys at work, and
can be excited.
And you're absolutely correct. You are in awe.
I am taken aback that the fact that you actually saw my work, and I'm really, 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 well, I'm touched.
Well, you have to understand too, that you have.
But Tony's an old hoe, Gosh, boy. Tony's an old hoe.
Where you called from?
He's a product Mario.
Trinidad, I am a young hoe.
Tony lawyer said the next divorce on the house.
Well, I can tell you something that we have in store.
People are asking for Risa's contact number. I'm going to say it again: 312-5239. 312-5239. You can give Risa a call.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, we have a special in store for the kids. Once it is that the kids come around, we have temporary tattoos that we're going to give away to them free of charge.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, free of charge.
Very
cool. I know the kids love to have.
What kind of tattoos? Like what? Like
the only one with the stick on you when you're back. Yeah, those will last about almost.
I will take that. Thank you.
No, I'm not giving you that. No, I'm telling you, you have to see the artist.
I'm gonna do henna. Alright, okay, fine.
Because it's like as.
But I'll do Tony too. Tony's my wingman.
Well, he will be my third customer.
Nice. Me, Felicia.
She done braced me with that one.
That will be the third wheel. That's all right.
All right.
That's fine.
And how long does an average? Is there like a package, like a small, a medium, a large? I don't know.
Well, okay. Our designs would start from the basic $20 and up. We try to make things affordable as possible for everybody because we know how hard times come and slap us in our face just recently.
Hey, just out of the blue.
We're trying our best to,
So how about if we take some calls and do a little giveaway?
Yeah, no problem.
But Tony, what we could ask them? We have no time for that. I mean, we was going to say some kind of competition or something, or just let them call and talk to her.
I have a quick question that I could probably ask them.
Yeah?
If it is that people who know about henna. Yeah.
So you and they have to call and give the answer.
Yeah, they can call and give the answer. And I'll do like a little.
Our callers, them ain't that vex. Them just wanna call and cuss.
What I will do is that I will do up a nice little carnival body art gift set for them to come to collect at the PEP market.
Nice.
Yes. So you'll have glitter, you'll have rhinestones, you'll have stencils.
Well, Lisa, I wanna tell you that this version of PEP market, we have so much going to happen in the studio now. This version of PEP market, I don't think they can accommodate that, but having heard you in action for the next one, next month, we're going to have you come on and we're going to do a competition where,
Yeah, definitely.
Okay with that?
Well, you could do one, like I said, we could do one now, so you could get at least one person to sure come up and
all right,
find a way. So the question is very simple. So we've been talking about henna, about using it in your hair and your skin and your nails, right? So I know for a fact a lot of people may have the answer to this, but if it is that they can tell me what the henna exactly is, where it is that it comes from, what do you make it with?
628-9595, 628-3131.
What exactly
if you have the answer to that question, and you could call in and tell Risa. If she says you're correct, then you could come down to the PEP market this Saturday, and you could win yourself what they could win.
I am doing a nice little kit, a little kit, so that when Carnival Monday and Tuesday come, they can do their own body art for them. So they'd have the chocolate.
They could do their own body art. That's real cool. 628-9595, 628-3131. You show that question not too hard. I'm gonna tell you something.
I don't have a clue.
Right now.
I don't have a clue.
Everybody Googling your phone. You don't call Risa direct. Call her on the show. 628-9595.
All right, I'm a call. Well, there we hear. Morning, caller. Hello. Good morning. I guess there's no one there.
628-9595, 628-3131.
They're probably still Googling us.
Everybody looking to find out what it is made from, because I think.
Hello, good morning, caller.
Hello.
Morning.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out from the lady there. If I have a 16-year-old daughter who is interested in learning how to do henna, is she providing that kind of service?
Yes, well, what you can do, you can come down to the PEP market this Saturday and bring your daughter, and I'll have a nice little discussion with her. We do offer personal workshops. Actually, to date, I've trained almost 100 people in doing the art of henna and mixing the henna and I feel like I gave it away just now.
You nearly gave away the answer.
Yeah, so you can bring her down this Saturday and look for me. And let me know that that your daughter is interested. I'd like to meet her as well too. And if it is that she has some pictures of her designs that she may have done.
She has never done it, but she's very interested in it.
Oh well, that's where it is that we start from. Once it is that you're interested in it, that's the footing.
628-9595, 628-3131.
So we'll see you Saturday.
You can call and win yourself a henna hamper. 628-95. You have one more call there, Tony.
This one. Hello, morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir? Hello. We listen.
It's made from a flowering plant.
A flowering plant. Well, yeah, that's more or less correct. Yes. So henna is actually a shrub, and the powder is made from the leaves, the buds, and stems of the henna plant. Do you know by chance the botanical name for the henna? I'm pretty sure.
Sorry?
Do you know the botanical name for it?
No.
Well, I could probably educate the public right now. It's Lawsonia enormis. So you are correct. So congratulations.
I don't like to sit down in the studio and feel dumb, eh? It's make me feel
but
dumb.
it's a learning opportunity, so I'm pretty sure the young man knows. And I'm glad that he's a young man.
Could you say that again? What is it?
It's a flowering shrub, as the gentleman said. And it's when I said shrub, it's a plant.
Right.
And they use the leaves, the buds, and stems of the plant. They harvest it, dry it, and grind it to the fine powder that they use to make the paste. Yes, correct.
And you call it a name. You call it
yes, the botanical name is Lawsonia enormis.
Lawsonia
enormis.
Lawsonia
So when you
enormis.
Google henna, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, hold on. We still have the caller online.
So,
Caller, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You could probably call Risa off air, so to give her your name, so she can keep your price.
Information,
right?
yes. So I'll get you information. You could probably call me in about the next half an hour or so.
Yes.
Yes, I'll be out of here, and we'll meet on Saturday. So make sure to come and collect your prize then.
No problem.
All right, and congratulations again.
Okay.
Have a good one,
So
man.
we just call out the number again, so he can take it off. you,
Yes, 312-5239. That's my job to call number.
Yes. So you call Risa after, and you can give her your name, so you can come and collect the prize.
I know for a fact that I did something good this morning. I educated the public a little bit about
Yes, yes. So, me too. Yeah.
Lawsonia enormis, yes.
You see,
You learned the second half, I learned the first half.
I wanted it to see.
Lawsonia enormis, that's the botanical name, yes.
Very nice.
There's very few things this man don't know, Safi.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Serious thing.
She know what she do, man.
And the man does macro know every damn thing.
Google now, like Google her in some of this.
Big macro,
Yes.
Risa, thank you very much for coming out this morning as one of our, I would say, premium vendors coming to promote your product. I think a lot of people will come down this Saturday. Again, it's free Lion Civic Center from 10 to 6. Risa will be one of the people there giving away
Well, we just gave away one.
Well, yeah, giving.
So we have samples that we'll be giving away as well too. I want to get a lot of people sensitized about using henna in your hair, and it's an all-natural way to color and
in my hair.
Of course, why not?
I feel like I need some of that. I need a little more of the spring chicken bunks now. But
okay, young who?
Where say the boy Phil boy? I see. You see, you could go all natural now. You rather use the synthetic.
You tell me it's a truth. You don't want war in the studio. I tell you something. Blood will flow.
It's all love, brother. It's all love.
It's not love when it's war. Blood will flow. Blood on the dance floor. Right?
Oh, good.
So we have any ads?
Yes, we're going to go into some ads there, Trinidad and Tobago.
When we come back, we're going to open it back up. Thanks a lot, Risa, for joining us here. That was a very interesting interview.
Yes.
Looking forward to us going forward together. All of your team and your small business people, Trinidad and Tobago, come and meet this little firebrand that we just had in the studio this morning.
Yes.
She's impressive in person.
Very much, very much.
Take that break.
All right.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech to voice our opinion and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
Calling all cowboys and cowgirls, saddle up. You are wanted. Sunday, 24th February at Jenny's Ranch, number 50, Demerara Road, Arima, from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Come experience sensational Sammy's annual Cool Effect. Bring it. The sweetest cool effect in the East. Your cooler. Prepare yourself for the showdown featuring the best of the best. Swappy. Nadia Baxter. Farmer Nappy. Charles Marshall. Onward Joy.
Coming from for your blessing. Coming from for your blessing.
And a few more surprises. For info, please contact 771-9069. Sunday, 24th February at Jenny's Ranch. Bring it!
Terrific Thursday, 28th February 2019. Kaiserama, the Night of Champions, the National Calypso Monarch Finals, and the National Extempo Finals. Two big shows, one big stage, one big night. At the Grandstand Queen's Park Savannah. Kaiserama, the Night of Champions.
Goers, it's what you have waited for. It's what you have longed for. On Saturday, 23rd February, we travel from Mendes Drive to Long Circular as more 104.7 FM in collaboration with York Incorporated hits up Gravity Car Park from 10 p.m. with Patrice Roberts.
I like it hot. I like it hot.
Swappy.
The party start. The party sweet.
Voice. George. With the best DJs, Sensational Sammy, Kabuki, Dwayne and Penny, and the Hitman Howie T. In this annual Cool Effect. Get your $200 tickets at all Cash's outlets. Crosby, St. James, Smokey and Bunty, Bobby's Bar, Fats Trin City and Arima, Kirby's, Sindal's Gulf City, and more 104.7 FM. Or call 776-1032, 779-4422, or 788-2881 for further details. Come and support your favorite station, more 104.7 FM, in its premier Carnival Cool Effect. Saturday, 23rd February, Gravity Car Park, Long Circular Road. From 10 p.m., courtesy Black Opal, Hanky Bannister, Blue Waters, Cross Cutters, and Dufries. Special prize for the crew with the largest cooler.
When we was younger, we used to sweat on the Baba Green. But now you get sweat anytime you step out on the Baba Green. Is a murder scene Baba Green red now. tainted with the blood of my peers. Tattooed teardrops on some of my peers. Fellas I grew up with no longer my peers. Them men magicians now, threatening to make me disappear if I only disappear. They say don't be a girl boy, grow up here. But how could I not protect this community as I grow up here? I have to keep my family safe. So for my family's sake, I'm making that call.
Make the right call. The call that can change it all. Call Crime Stoppers at 800-TIPS. Your call is safe, anonymous, and powerful. Be a Crime Stopper.
This is a serious problem in Trinidad. What is diabetes?
There are two forms. Diabetes type 1, when your body stops producing insulin. Type 2 diabetes is a result of poor lifestyle. Type 2 diabetes is associated with being overweight, having high blood pressure, at higher risk for heart disease. It is a very serious problem.
Do not wait until it's too late. Let Omega XL be the first step in the right direction.
Get your Omega XL today. Live long, stay strong with Omega XL.
Party goers, it's what you have waited for. It's what you have longed for. On Saturday, 23rd February, we travel from Mendes Drive to Long Circular as more 104.7 FM in collaboration with York Incorporated hits up Gravity Car Park from 10 p.m. with Patrice Roberts.
I like it hot. I like it hot.
Swappy.
The party start. Boy, boy. The party sweet. Boy, boy.
Voice. Iowa George. With the best DJs, Sensational Sammy, Kabuki, Dwayne and Penny, and the hitman Howie T. In this annual Cooler Fest. Get your $200 tickets at all Cash's outlets. Crosby, St. James, Smokey and Bunty, Bobby's Bar, Fats City and Arima, Kirby's, Sindal's Gulf City, and more 104.7 FM. Or call 776-1032, 779-4422, or 788-2881 for further details. Come and support your favorite station, more 104.7 FM, in its premier Carnival Cooler Fest. Saturday, 23rd February, Gravity Car Park, Long Circular Road. From 10 p.m., courtesy Black Opal, Hanky Bannister, Blue Waters, Horse Cutters, and Dufries. Special prize for the crew with the largest cooler.
This is a paid political program on M104.7 FM.
We back inside.
This is a paid sexy show.
Oh my goodness.
Too sexy
Trinidad.
for TV.
Trinidad, morning, Trinidad. Pep Talks, we're doing it live for you. Mr. Philip Edward Alexander and Miss Felicia Holder.
Janice Lemon Cricky is not with us this morning because she's recovering from a bout of carnivalitis.
No, it's no carnivalitis. It was licks sharing last night.
Listen, you know what your file was? But you're busting up, Janice. You know what your file was, but Janice's file could be in the road. Janice's business in the road. Anyway.
She'll call just
Chief
now.
Whip.
Yeah, open the line now. She'll call you. 628-9595-628-3121. Before we go to those calls, we want to touch on a very serious issue because we realize that there is a lack of guidance in the country, especially for young people now starting out. And we want to start touching on issues, and one of those very serious issues is an issue called the debt trap. And if you're not careful, you could get caught up in trying to impress others, and in so doing put yourself in serious debt, unnecessary debt. There are things that you could spend money on and incur debt, buying property, educating yourself. Those are important things. Knickknacks and bling, don't buy that on credit. Loans for carnival fits and costumes, but none for business startups. Why? The same people who own the banks own your jobs, own your habits, and so by extension, they own you. The intention is to keep you shackled to debt by your consumption and will do everything to help you consume more because that is the nature of their business. They will insure your life to pay off your loans and your credit cards, but will make it difficult for you to buy anything that grows in value or contains equity. You seeing it yet? Don't fall for it. You have a say. You get to decide where you go from here. Whining low for a romp in a bed with strangers is nice, but not if it comes at a price to your future self. Struggling to make ends meet while the ends keep moving. My advice: save hard and sacrifice. Do it little, do it out. Live frugally, live to impress nobody. Buy things that increase in value, like stocks, bonds, shares, land, property. Do not chase after fads or sure bets. Too good to be true usually is. Fall in love with achieving goals. Bring out your account balances. Celebrate your successes. And trust me on this one: the only brand you need on your back is yours. Financial freedom is not ostentatious living. Financial freedom is where you own what you own and not the bank. Think it through and avoid the debt trap.
I really like that post that you did, Don. I wish more young people
could
read and understand that, because I wish I knew a lot of these things when I was younger, though, because I swear I think I'd be richer now.
No, but that's the fact. If
wishes was horses, beggars would be selling meat.
If we as a population had that information.
Wait. I was like, and it's like, wait.
You know the fine horse meat in Burger King parties, I tell you.
Oh, don't say that, no.
And it just tastes good, eh?
No.
In China, when you used to have horse racing, if the horse there on the track, man come out and they got one time, you know, right?
Yeah, that's real. That's real. As a kid, I remember eating horse. I remember eating horse. My grandfather.
The tenderloin run right down the neck, right down on both sides of the spine. That's horse tenderloin.
Yeah, and the meat is actually pretty interesting. It's someone gave me, but it's
back on the dead trap.
Yeah, anyway.
Let's go back to the dead trap, because and our education system is such filth. Our education system is such a waste of people's. The best time that a human being has is their childhood, when their brains are like sponges and they could take in so much. You take that time and squander it, and you waste it full in children head with foolish talk. Foolishness. We have no leadership at any level. In society, the community is young families. We have children raising children. Those who don't know perpetuating the cycle of misinformation. So as an organization that hopes to carry itself forward in a leadership role, we need to start to talk to people at the level where they could fix themselves. People want that help. Help me fix myself. Help me get myself okay. Because that's the kind of leadership Trinidadians need.
True.
And Abraham Lincoln said real leadership is taking people where they need to go, not where they want to be. Anybody could take in a fet and get you drunk. But it's your real friends that will tell you, hey, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So Felicia, on the issue of young people now coming out of school, now getting their first job, every chance I get, I talk to waitresses, I talk to security guards, especially these young people, and I say, if this is your starting out job and not a school, if you're delivering pizzas, you're working behind the counter in KFC, that's fine. These are starting out jobs. Do not let this consume you. Do not get yourself in debt. Do not let yourself end up in a situation where too much time pass, you don't better your own condition, and then you end up having to look after a family, suffering to make ends meet. You need to be constantly working on making sure that your conditions are improving. Your life is not supposed to be about, and let me tell you something, as somebody who was led astray for a while, and I grew up and let me tell you something, I line with some of the richest people in the country, and for a while there, and I thought that getting drunk and having a time and being able to boast and, why we see how we get on last night, that does nothing for your life. That is literally a waste of time. Your life, as limited as it is, must peak so that it can carry you as you get older. But we don't understand that. We think that the today that we know is the only day we will always have. But life is fluid and life changes, and your circumstances change, and you get older and you're not able to do, you can't run as fast, you can't walk as fast. There'll come a time when you can't work as hard, and you need to make sure that the work that you do and the things that you accomplish in your young, strong years take care of you in the winter and the sunset of your life. And Trinidadians do not get that advice. Trinidadians are turned into conspicuous consumers. We have the highest per capita consumption of fast foods in the world.
Imagine.
We have people who don't understand that that things like restaurant and going out to fete, that's not an everyday thing. You should be borrowing $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to go and fete for carnival and spend the rest of the year paying it off and pretending that somehow that was a benefit to you.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I remember when Trinidad qualified for Germany and all my friends pull out their money and they pull out their credit card and they go in Germany. I didn't have football. Me and my son, there was a time we used to say the TV in our house is for football. And when everybody was going to Germany and Philip come in and I was going and I said, you know what? Instead of buying that, I'm buying us a big screen TV. Because we like football.
Yeah.
And long after the memories of Germany fade away, we still had
the big screen TV.
Our nice big screen TV. You understand? And there are people who well off and that money do affect them.
Was not nothing for them.
Like yourself.
Yeah.
But you see the people who catching their ass, stop spending stupid money to impress people who don't like you or don't care about you. How much of your friends that you was liming me? How much of my friends that I was liming and getting drunk with still in my life? How much? None.
Exactly.
None.
Exactly.
You can't be stunting at a time and you say you wish you knew. I'd be a billionaire today. And I hope Trinidadians, young people especially, you see a picture of Michael Jordan who sells Jordan sneakers, $200,000 walking down the road in his $199 Payless white sneakers, told me everything I needed to see. Everything I needed to see, because if Jordan wearing Jordan,
that says all.
A man showed me a picture of Zuckerberg, Gates, and another guy, and they say almost $1 trillion worth of wealth, not one brand on anybody.
Walmart clothes.
Listen, man. No Michael Kors. When Shah Rukh Khan dropped in Trinidad and Tobago, he looked like anybody. Come on,
That's
Any
true.
man walking down Sharp Street.
But it's true.
You have to understand, successful people get this. Rich people stay rich, spending frugally. Poor people stay poor, playing rich. My life is not to impress nobody. Any girl that like me for the clothes I wearing and the car I driving, you ain't like me, you like the clothes.
Thank you.
You dated my car.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's like the fella who, when the girl get in his car, she went to pick him up to take her out to dinner. She said, I thought you said you had a Porsche. He said, no, I told you I'm Porsche.
I guess that date ended real abrupt.
No, but you know.
But she didn't want to go any before to you.
And women, you all, I keep saying this, Felicia, and it upsets me that women do not understand the power that they have to shape society. If I have a partner, Everett Carter, we talk this kind of thing all the time. He's a shit talk artist, but we like critical thinking. I was talking once about if women said that they like man who driving donkey cart.
That would be
donkey cart all over the road.
Yeah.
Because men, everything that we do
is to impress us.
We do for women.
I will make sure I have a donkey cart with mags.
Spinning wheels.
I mean, what?
No, but
listen.
Teeth bling out.
Bling out, it have flat skin. No, come down on the back. What?
But the point is that women, and long ago, the women of long ago knew that your job, when they say behind every successful man is a good woman, her job is to steer her man.
That's right.
To a success.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
And other women need to also stop looking and I'm saying these things because we need to have this in the conversation. We need our society to function. We need our people to be optimized. They need to be able to maximize their full potential. This way we live in bouncing off one another constantly.
But my comment on that though, Philip, is that yes, women, we have a part to play, but the society itself have a part to play. I'm looking at Carnival now. Was it you I was telling, Tony? I think it was Tony I was telling that I'm looking at the marketing that you see around Carnival. It's only wine and jam,
sex,
alcohol, sex.
Yeah.
jewelry, good clothes, and it's the culture that we push. And I realize, and you said it in that post that you put yesterday, and I actually saw it a few days ago. Somebody, a radio DJ, actually posted it, that they will give you money to alone, to play mass and to travel, but they'll never give you money to
How
invest.
hard it is for a small business person. Look at this girl.
Yeah.
Look at this girl, right? And she's talking about, and she is intelligent enough to know that she have to organize strengths in numbers, look for the deal so that we can make. That's what Trinidadians need to think. You see, and I say this all the time, what upset certain people in the community in this country when I said, you cannot tell people you are the most powerful in the country if your power comes from other people working for you and other people buying from you. They are the most powerful. They give you their power when they work for you. They give you their power when they buy from you. You are fortunate. And that's what it is. And if Trinidadians knew that it is not something to be proud of, that we are the #1 consumer of KFC in the world, when in this country, predominantly black males have the highest per capita heart disease in the Western world.
Yeah.
So our choices are making mad mockery of our lives. And people are dying at the prime of their lives, leaving children behind with no leadership and no guidance to perpetuate the cycle. We need men to step up. Men in society need to step up. There was a time when the fathers used to be talking to one another on a Sunday evening when they cleaning their yard and they reach out in the road and everybody cleaning the pavement and the road in front of their house. That was a thing. You couldn't tell you didn't need CPEP. CPEP didn't need to come walk on the street, Woodbrook, because the fathers used to clean the road.
Yeah, you clean from your yard, go straight out to the road. I remember I did that.
Is yours.
Yeah, I did that.
We didn't need URP and CPEP in Woodbrook.
Yeah.
And we talk it, but
you just give me age there. I'm not young. Who is like old?
Hey, don't get tired. Don't get tired. It's once a man, twice a child. It's twice in your life you're wearing Pampers, right?
I try, but I can't do that. But Felicia, the women in society, in Trinidad society, have allowed themselves to become hypersexualized. And I am not a prude, but I'm saying we are going to reap what we sow.
Yeah.
If we are not building families, if men and women are not giving children the attention that they deserve, that they need to be molded into the people of tomorrow, when we old and we lying down on hospital bed and thing, is that generation what we grow there, we have to meet when we need them the most. When we raise hard-hearted, don't-care consumerists, and we need people with compassion when we reach that second stage of Pampers. You see how it works out?
Yeah.
We need our society to put things in their proper perspective. I don't blame Dean Akin and Tribe for trying to get everybody to buy a costume from him for as much. This thing, I want to tell you, he brilliant, you know. Dean Akin, brilliant. I watched that man take less and less fabric and sell it for more and more money every year. And you know what's the
they will say it's the experience.
Yes, okay.
The string is 14 karat gold.
The section is $6,000 and $7,000, and that is not enough. Because then they create this thing called section leaders.
Individuals, Philip. It's not individuals.
But this is not individuals. They have to call it section leaders because they have more of those than actual cheap costume in the section. So you're not an individual. You're just paying $12,000 to say that you have a different level.
Basically.
And we getting chained up and full up because I want to tell women this. Men, if all the women leave Tribe and just walk in another direction, men walking behind you all.
That's true.
Without the women in tribe is 5 music truck, 3 bar and a PP truck.
Yeah.
It's the women that is carnival.
It is.
Carnival is nothing without our women. I tell them all the time, if you're not getting your costume for free, you do not understand your power. You don't understand. Johnny Sung make a legacy off of one fet, ladies first. And the first 2,000 tickets used to go to women, free of charge. The first 2,000 tickets used to go to women, free of charge, to drive the hype. Because men ain't going to no fet. Men ain't going to no fet without women.
We had to take some pay some bills there real quick. We'll be right back, Trinidad.
More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
Make it a locally mega delicious carnival with Royal Castle.
1 carnival mega meal, please.
12 delicious pieces of Royal Castle chicken.
Oh, give me a carnival mega meal, please.
With 6 tasty sides.
Give me 2 of the carnival mega meals, please.
Together with a 2-liter Coke.
Hey, a mega meal, please, and a link up for that tasty pepper sauce.
For lunch, dinner, or a lime, Royal Castle's got your carnival mega meal.
Attention! Attention! There are now 2 additional shows of Calypso Spectacular through the years. Thursday, February 21st at Sapa and Friday, 22nd at Napa. Come and enjoy sweet Kaiso music from then until now. Enjoy legends and current superstars like David Rudder, Chalkdust, Nelson, Explainer, Baron, Roddy McIntosh, Ricky Jai, Nyla Blackman, Patrice Roberts, Baba Nappy, Nadia, Blacks, plus more. Saturday 16th, Center of Excellence, Mokoya. Sunday 17th, Shaw Park Cultural Center, Tobago. Thursday, February 21st at Sapa. Friday, February 22nd, Napa, Port of Spain. Wednesday 27th, Center Point Mall, Chaguanas.
A limited amount of 2 persons on 1 ticket remains $50 less until the Saturday before show date. Tickets available at all Lotto outlets, Cleves, Frederick Street, Crosby, St. James, at the Napa box office and the Sapa box office.
The cast varies each night, so read your Sunday and Wednesday's Express for full details.
Sponsors include Beacon Insurance, B-Will, Black Opal, and LCB, West Shore Medical, and Millennium Insurance Brokers.
For more info, call 628-8700. The people gather for my fet, your fet.
The safest fet, Army.
Soca family, it's finally here.
Army coming.
Friday, February 22nd, 2019.
And the Soca capital,
Queens Park, Savannah.
This is Major Destra Garcia. Report for duty.
Destra Garcia.
Voice, Irvan Al. From St. Vincent, Timber. Shell Marshall. Farmer Nappy.
So I go sing all my tune for you.
Michelle Montano.
Let me take you to Toco Loco. When the sun go low, we could go and go, girl, go.
Nadia Batson.
From Jamaica, Shensia.
Nyla Blackman. Blacks and the All-Stars.
Why go lose a girl and I'm in somebody go touch it for you. Somebody go touch it.
Patrice Roberts, Wapi.
In Army is Roman Ramage.
Soca family, get ready to represent
Army Fet, the safest fet in Carnival.
Tickets on sale now at NLCD Lotto outlets nationwide.
Bobby's Bar Cura.
Cachets nationwide.
In Excess Port of Spain.
Rennie's, Hunt Street, San Fernando. All Army Cat. Ticketfederation.com.
We going Army Fet again.
It's
Carnival Fever at M1047 FM. We're tuning up the temperature and the heat in your body.
Legendary. All man line up, ready to salute like military. We hold the world record, local and abroad, and we bump and deserve and award. All of the girls wanna come and walk it up on the road in the cut. I always stand up, I bring the drama like love and hip hop. But my performance always action packed. You wanna fuck it up, hold it back, try like Kodak. Still standing up firm, no never fall. Cause we bump anytime you see me come out to struggle. Clear the way, make me start coming.
There's a fever in the air.
Take a jump, take a jump. Take a jump, take a jump. Take a jump, take a jump. To the right, let's go. We going with the chalk downtown. Let's go. We going with the chalk downtown. Let's go. We going with the chalk downtown. Let's go. We going after 1, 2, 3. On your go.
Trinidad and Tobago. M104.7 FM Carnival Fever is taking over TNT.
We jumpin' with love. We jumpin' with love. We jumpin' with celebrate your life. We jumpin' with love. We jumpin' with love. We jumpin' up. We jumpin' up. We jumpin' up. We jumpin' with love. Loving it out. Loving it out. And we never let the love into the sky. And I am colors my eye. And we never let the love into the sky. And we tell the people.
And 104.7 FM Carnival Fever is blazing hot.
This is a paid political program on M104.7 FM.
The sexiest talk show in radio.
How?
We're here, and while Tony is mashing up the people operation. Listen, we are joined in. Let me just pass it on to Felicia's because before I say the wrong thing.
Yes, boss lady.
You have people in the studio. Talk to your people. Let me hear what's going on.
Good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. So we have Derwin and Petal from the Naked Juve band. And
sign me up.
Listen, I know we sound like a contradiction here. We're now talking about hypersexual.
No, wait. Slow your roll and stick a pen. There's Juve. There's different. Juve dark. Nah, not me, you see. That's my cousin. He look like me.
Oh,
naked
Juve. Well, give us a little more about Juve because I don't think this is an actual where people actually naked. So tell us more about the band.
So good morning, guys. Good morning to you, Philip. Good morning to Felicia, and of course my good friend Anthony.
Yes, brother.
Alright, so we're here representing Naked Juve. It's a metaphoric naked.
No.
So you don't want to sign up no more.
If they say naked, we come in naked.
Okay, you can come naked if you like. But
I had asked, they had a Halloween party once, and I had asked if I could come as Terminator first scene. Remember Terminator the first scene?
Did he try time travel?
He appeared there naked?
Yeah. Yes.
We don't have enough naked opportunities. Anyway, you continue your conversation.
It's a metaphoric naked. It means that you come, you bear your soul, you bear your mind, express yourself, create whatever you'd like to create, and get a good memory from it.
Interesting. I like that concept.
Yeah, so it's not supposed to be rude or risque or scandalous. We're trying to bring the sexy
something
back.
like the naked truth.
Bring the sexy back. Oh,
yes.
Philip, that's for you.
Sexy back.
With your henna six pack?
What henna six pack? It's a keg. He coming down there with a keg.
This is your last warning.
Anthony and Tony have been fighting in this way. I don't want to say what happened after
that damn keg you have there. You're talking about six pack. What a foolly poor people are them.
Go on to some crunches.
Good, that's I don't do 100.
Go on to some crunches.
Yeah, so tell us more about this band. Anything you want to share with the people? You're going to be at PEP Market this Saturday, right?
Yes. We have a booth in the PEP Market. Well, as I saw you guys were talking about giving away a door prize earlier. Happy to assist with that.
So you're giving away what, a costume, a packet?
Yes, a regular costume.
Nice. In the prep market.
Naked.
So you're going to jump up naked, not naked, but jump up in the naked Juve. If you come to
that name, watch me. See that name, register that name. That is $1 million more.
Yeah.
What naked Juve boy? We're playing next year. People coming from all over the world. That win. That win.
It would.
What was the fete they were supposed to have? Spice Island, Sex Island.
Yeah.
Look at that. Did it ever happen?
No, it didn't.
You sure?
So they say.
Naked Juve can happen any time for the year. That happened carnival time.
That's true. Yeah.
Naked Juve in June. July, August. Just call.
You can take it throughout the Caribbean too. Take it on tour.
Correct. Well, eventually that is the plan.
Lovely.
We'll talk.
It's a good idea. So people could come to the PEP market on Saturday and sign up for Naked Juve.
Yes.
But you tell me, can
yes, they can.
They
Are you going to have the packages on display and all of that?
On display.
So naked models and all of these.
VIP section, yes.
Of a general section, VIP section.
We can have models.
You can have models.
Like all day in high heels. So we'll bring mannequins.
Okay.
No.
Bring the models now.
Operation are running.
Yeah. Cool as American,
And if you're bringing models, make sure you have a meal.
Okay.
With a real six-pack, not a henna six-pack. It's 2 and 1. Sorry.
No keg in the dance. No keg. Keep all the keg.
Wait.
Keep a keg.
She crossed the line. She crossed over. So when blood started flowing, it's 2 on there. I can hold my. Anyway. Talk to your partner. Talk to your partner.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So, where exactly is this Juve band pulling off
it's
from?
It's an uptown-based band. So we are based at our title sponsors compound on the avenue. It's Smokey Joe's on the avenue. You come down there. We're opening the band camp from next week Monday.
Okay.
Come on down. You can get to see all the costumes. We have a regular section as well as a VIP section.
Okay.
The VIP section has separate costumes for women. Right. We tailor-made the costumes for you. Right. Okay. Based on 3 designs that we have. Each design is representative of a different aspect of our band. So one represents creation, another one represents expression, another one represents freedom. I'd like to bring Petal into this.
Absolutely.
Petal, don't sit down so quiet in the corner there, man. Come.
Switch seats, let Petal
Come, let me hear you.
Like the brains behind the
Petal, tell them.
Good morning.
Good morning, Petal, and welcome. So tell us more about this band, darling.
Right, so our base concept is basically nakedness is not just taking clothes off. Your freedom to express and create, right? And that is where we had that brainstorm there. It really pushed us to do something different because Juve for us has been a passion. We have been playing all these years, and every band you go to is the same nonsense, the same rubbish. So we're trying to pull away from all that and bring in the classic Juve into it.
Remember, you were telling me that you're trying to bring in
that
traditional.
Classic. I'm not going to exactly say what traditional we having, but we having a traditional.
Oil.
Come down Saturday. Come down.
Like oil, man.
Somebody. No, it's not. No vote for oil.
Okay, good.
No vote for
hard
oil.
to come off mud.
No, is you have to wear baby oil to take off on your skin first before you put the oil on. Unless you're in Grenada, they use a different type of oil. But Trinidad and Tobago, you use the baby oil first, and then you oil your skin.
All right, okay.
Shove Milo and sugar to simulate mud in Grenada too.
Reason?
Really?
Yeah.
Really, Milo?
Milo and sugar, so you can lick it off then.
That's
Stick up in. But we've been doing that here for a while. I know, I can tell you.
Hey, you've been licking it off too?
I'm not giving you any more information. I just say that I know about it. And if you're not careful, you lick the wrong person. Not in your band.
Make sure
and
you
then
have
I want real bad. It's not Milo.
It's not Milo.
Then you realize you shouldn't drink and just look like strangers. But that is a topic.
I would like to recuse myself from this conversation.
I agree with you.
We'll talk to each other.
That's why Juve is the best mass you will ever play.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I have the most fun during Juve.
If I had my way, you know what you should do? Juve should be, you have normal mass in the day, Juve in the night. Yeah. You should be able to choose. Yeah, I don't want to play mass in the day, play mass in the night.
No, but there's a thing called night mass now, huh?
Yeah, but I don't catch on. If you have a Juve band that have Sunday night, Monday night, when the main mass is Monday day and Tuesday day. People could choose you want hot sun, or if you want
night. Yeah. Now I like that concept, you know. And again, you know, as time goes, we will see an evolution of our carnival. Again, we will bring all the most important players and vested interests, people around the table, and let's see how we can evolve our carnival that can incorporate us, you know, put in our skill sets. You know, one thing I feel how about is that we don't make our costumes, build our mass as we used to. You know, that was Trinidadians. That was Trinidad and Tobago right there, boy. Wire bending,
almost lost.
Oh, yeah, I tell you, that's something that should be taught in school.
China,
that when you talk about arts and crafts in your school, they should incorporate something like the same wire bending and the concept of creating mass.
Man,
and
half of the nonsense they have children reading in school.
Yeah, boy.
If you take David Rudder Gilded Years and make that into a book, I mean, you're hitting all the right numbers right there. You're talking culture, you're talking history. Rudder does his research, and you have literature.
Rudder's a legend, man.
But look at this fella, V.S. Naipaul. V.S. Naipaul is joke as a writer to Rudder. I tell you that. If you listen, you think V.S. Naipaul could have fit a whole story in a song? When you listen to the engine room, listen to the words, to the
lyrical
story
content
that is crafted in that song.
It's priceless.
Our culture, what we've thrown away for just wine on a bumsy dance. I mean, we've thrown it away.
I'm telling you.
And we need to go back before we lose the brain trust that could still help.
True.
We need to go back and bring it back.
True.
I mean, it's nice, the whole place mash up nice. But you must have lyrical content to it. Must be able to survive.
That's right.
That's why I love Savannah Grass by Kes.
Exactly.
Kes,
you gotta give Kes props for that. He don't just get nonsense. You gotta give Kes props for that, right? But you could drop a Rudder CD in a CD player to people who still use CD players.
Like you.
Or you could put on a Rudder album.
And then you say that's an 8-track.
I remember I was moving house once, and my son, I pull out a box, and my son pull out LPs. So he asked me, what are these? I said, those are records. He said, what are records? I said, that's what we used to listen to before there were CDs. Serious? He watched me say, you are alive now. I feel like Moses, man. Like I just come down from the mountain with the 10 commandments.
They wouldn't understand the joy. They wouldn't understand the joy. They wouldn't understand the joy having to scroll through that list to pull out what you need and then you just swing it around to where it's the song you want to hear.
I love playlists and all that drama. I like it. I love the convenience of it. But you're right. Picking a song and playing the song and singing for years the wrong words.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
That is true.
Until one time you see the actual script and you say, but wait, guys, serious, boy? That's what I'm saying, boy.
I can't have the song. I know the hell I was. Anyway, come back to the Naked Juve.
Yes. So you can sign up this Saturday at PEP Market, or you have a number or website.
You can contact either Derwin or Petal. Derwin at 779-8458 or Petal at 352-9071. You can also visit us at our website. It is nakedjuve.com. As well as you can visit us on Facebook or Instagram. Keywords Naked Juve.
Ashmead Mohammed wanted Felicia know about cassette.
Ashmead, yes I do.
But study she know nothing about cassette. She see it somewhere on Facebook.
I was born in the cassette era.
Really?
Yes.
Remember when you used to have to wait to press record and play, and you're waiting for Emmett Hennessy to stop talking.
I remember specifically.
You don't press them too much.
I remember my 14th birthday trying to record a cassette from a party and playing the radio.
We telling Emmett, stop talking! The song's stopping! You want the song?
It's real. Real memories.
You're feeling like a shiny shilling when you get a mixtape. What's a mixtape? The songs mix.
Yeah.
So you know, stop and start.
Yeah.
Good boy, you all have technology. They could have said we nonsense, boy.
Oh gosh.
But Trinidad and Tobago, I mean, this is the sweetness of this country that keeps me here and fighting for this place. The sweetness of this life in Trinidad and Tobago, we are losing it because of greed and madness. We can bring it back, and one of the things that we cannot lose is community.
True.
And one of the foundations of community is culture.
Yeah.
Culture, our culture, Juve culture, Carnival built out of that. Juve culture important to Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
And it's not just about weight gain, it's an experience. You have to have that experience, and we as a country should have learned a long time ago. We wanted to pretend that we are the pinnacle of mass in the world, but we've done nothing to respect mass. We've done nothing to respect Carnival. We've done nothing to take it beyond whatever the mass leaders can make our money on.
True.
We just come back. We just stop and come back.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is one of the reasons why we incorporated this band. Just got literally tired of it every year. The same thing. It's getting worse with the amount of rules and the actual type of mass that we see other Juve bands given to people these days. I mean, we might be a small outfit, but we're trying our best to give you an authentic Juve experience.
And that is important.
As far as we can, we're not sure how the budget will allow for this year. We want to put even like a rhythm section on the road. To bring somebody to play pan, even just for 10 minutes.
So if anybody out there want to give us a rhythm section just to make it even better, you can always contact us as well.
And any way that we can bring it down to real Juve. Come out, enjoy yourself. It doesn't have to be scandalous. It can be fun. We're giving you costumes. You can have your option if you want to be sexy on the road. If you want to wear a t-shirt, it's all inclusive. You get breakfast. We give you free drinks. It's a safe route. We have some very dread security.
So you're safe. You're locked down. You're safe.
But make sure it's properly trained security. This is a thing that Trinidad needs to address. And I want to give props to Paul Daniel now, who keeps raising the issue of having properly trained security in the environment of the organized chaos that is Carnival. You can't just bring bad Johns and bodybuilders and call them security. Because I mean, there is this saying, everybody's an ass, just add alcohol. And when you're dealing with hyper-sexual environment, everybody drunk and all that drama, the people that you have in charge of your security have to know how to diffuse a situation and ramp it up.
They do.
And all of them have.
No, that's cool. I'm just saying.
So and our security have years of experience. It's not their first time. They have been doing this regularly.
It's a paramedic unit as well.
So.
Sorry?
Not saying me not hearing doing too well because he not by the mic. But anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Come have fun.
So in the Naked Juve, that they could sign up on Saturday at PEP Market, Lions Civic Center between 10 and 6.
Correct.
You will be there. You'll have your costumes on display.
Yes.
We might, if we're lucky, get some models, fingers and toes crossed, and you're going to be and people could win a door prize or a costume. So they get all the information about Naked Juve.
Our website.
And I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago, it's looking like we in the PEP are going to be playing Naked Juve. So come and meet these people. They're cool, they're nice people. Come and be a part of this culture with us, yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say on closing?
No. Just come out and have fun, and remember, nakedness is not exactly just taking your clothes off.
But
come, do your freedom, freedom, expression.
Officer, the name of the band.
And remember, we're playing naked, and we're pretty, and we're dirty at the same time.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks a lot, doing. Much love, brother.
I'll see you all on Saturday.
Yes, definitely.
Take care, my friend.
Yeah, man. Trinidad.
Especially we're talking plenty on Saturday. I want to see you.
You go make a link. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago. We did it for your boy.
Tony, I'm going to shift gears a hard 180 degrees.
Let me hear you. What's going on now?
The Progressive Empowerment Party advocates for an animal bill of rights that would seriously punish those who abuse animals. We propose an animal bill of rights that protects domestic, farm and even wild animals from neglect and or abuse. I am now reading that a sloth died after smugglers threw it over a cliff in Mon Diablo in Pinal when they realized that the police were hot on their trail. Now I'll tell you something. Tell you something, eh? That is thing to get people vexed. That is thing to get people real vexed.
Especially animal lovers.
And hey, you see, you need a political organization that's not talking for 15 and 20 years, an animal bill of rights. An animal bill of rights. The animal has rights. Yeah. You cannot abuse. These are conscious beings. All these people who just go and buy a dog and chain it up in a yard or put it in a cage forever, that done. We come in to cut the chain, take it out of the cage, and we can charge you. It is time for people in this country to stop treating animals, and I am so angry at that. That we could do this. We find people, there are people in this country. I remember I was driving on the road once and this guy was driving in his van with a manikou hanging from its neck on a string out his window. And when we both stopped at the traffic lights, I said, would you like to be hung from your neck by a string? How would you think it would feel? And he watched me, not knowing if I was being metaphorical or if I was offering, because he watched me like that. But I don't know where we get these demons among us. And I want to say to Trinidad and Tobago, in every instance of everything that is wrong, the Progressive Empowerment Party has a policy. And an animal bill of rights that will protect all animals in the country is a policy everybody should want to get on board with. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're taking some closing calls.
Yeah, you will take some calls.
628-9595, 628-3131. If you want to call in and just have your say and contribute. Felicia's here. She's taking questions on predominantly on the PEP market that's taking place this Saturday.
Yes, people are still asking me if they can register. Yes, you can. I know the excitement is here bubbling. I got a call from a vendor this morning. She said, you know, I'm doing a market today, but I really want to be in PEP market on Saturday. Can you see? I say, of course, we have a space for you, darling. So if you still want to register last minute, come out. We have a call coming in.
Morning, caller.
Good morning, PH again. Can I touch on one thing on Carnival? Just give me 1 second.
Yeah,
in the sense of Carnival, right now I'm driving down Frederick Street. There are hundreds of tourists in Port of Spain, right? This is supposed to be the mecca of Carnival, the creation of Carnival. I'm not seeing nothing going on in town to indicate to me that the greatest show on earth is going to be taking place in Trinidad and Tobago.
This was never the greatest show on earth.
Right? Why it is that we didn't get all of the what do you call it, traditional mass characters, get all of these groups together and give them employment from, let's say, from 6 to 6 each and every day to parade all over Trinidad and Tobago for photo ops, to promote Carnival, to give out coupons, whatever the case.
PH, I'll tell you why.
Everybody will see that something is going on here.
PH, I'll tell you why.
We are not seeing nothing at all. It is a total embarrassment.
We've never been serious. We've never been serious about that.
Colin Lucas is my personal friend. And I just get vexed with him because I just keep telling him the same thing every day. And you know he's telling me, boy, my hands tied. The thing about it is that why it is that we not promoting Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago, that is a money-making thing. That is $1 billion industry. Jamaica doing it and making over millions of dollars right now. All the Caribbean islands taking Trinidad and Tobago ideas all over the world, and they're making money. And we here, who have the original, authentic thing, we not doing nothing. You know what? I hope we lose it and they stop Carnival and
Pan, like how we lose Pan.
I was about to say
like
that.
How we lose
like
Pan.
how we lose Pan.
Yeah, imagine that.
Thanks a lot for that.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot. Righteous outrage. 628-9595, 628-3131. Listen, a man baked a pilau the other day with beef, pork, and chicken. Is that still a pilau?
Why we just come with these
I am asking a question. Is that still a pilau?
What is
it's probably a laupe.
Tony, go home. Go home with that.
I eat a corned beef pilau already. I know. I tell you, we don't have
corned beef pilau.
Yeah, it had 5 peas. Everybody got one.
Oh gosh. Morning, caller.
Morning.
How you going?
Listen.
And you not in the studio.
The same
you not in the studio. Worse.
I wish you could see the looks as me giving him something.
What do you write for? The fella only had meat and peas?
Ask him now, boy. You understand what I'm saying?
I want your thoughts and your views on this. What are your thoughts on the opposition views on this thing here with the Justice Association? That committee, I can't put my thoughts together because they throw me off with this pillar with their pillar.
Take your time. I throw myself off too. The GLSC, what you talking about? The fact that Rowley has not yet triggered the investigation into the Chief Justice?
Apart, not only that, this is the thing. Why it is when one party in opposition, the same thing that they would have been opposing or the same thing that they did nothing about. You understand? And now we need to be like after ignorant about the whole matter.
Here I want to tell you to do. First of all,
okay, let me start with Mr. David Maraj.
No, before you go down that path, I want to tell you this. Because we all see the hypocrisy of the two parties. I watch Ramesh Lawrence Maraj write a law in government and vote against it in opposition. The same law he writes. So I tell you, all bets off. We see the hypocrisy and the failure of the PNM and the UNC. I want to tell you something. The Progressive Empowerment Party's policy where the justice system is concerned is undo and redo. It needs to be undone and redone. There are essential laws that are missing. There's management systems that are missing, and we have laws on the books that need to be repealed. Trinidad and Tobago needs a government that understands that it needs to sit and address that and all. So you're correct. The Judicial and Legal Service Commission and everything that went on with the appointment of all the judges and the collapse and all the craziness that went on there, we can't sweep that under the rug because those are very important offices of state.
One point again, Philip. I hear you say, I heard it over the past few weeks, months, you say something that after a certain time you're dropping out or some kind of thing.
Of what?
Hello? You remember saying that?
I am in it.
Right.
I want to.
So, no. Wait now, oh gosh, listen now with your meat pill out. Right? In South Africa, there was a fallout a few years ago with some members of the ANC. Right, with this new party that goes by the name of EFF. I don't know if how acquainted it is with you all are with international politics.
South Africa has the best constitution right now, and if you need to model your constitution development against somebody, that redeveloped constitution is
right. So what I look at when I look at you all, I compare you all to the EFF, right? Which is They are more the youth leader, those who stand against what government say they will do and they don't do, and you know they have a lot of younger people in South Africa following them, and I say that to say this. In their first election they took, I think it was six seats, and the last election they took, I think, 13% of the opposition, and they are building momentum in this election coming for this election here 2019. What I'm saying is you might say one term, but I don't think one term might be enough to undo all the acts of unrighteousness and
if I could tell
ill-faitedness.
And I appreciate the link to the core, but not tell us something. I could tell you how with every credible office holder in all of the important offices to the redevelopment of the state, how all the trains leaving the station at the same time, different things will take longer than other things, but all of the country could be redeveloped within a term. Trinidad could have water for all in 3 years. Trinidad could have a functional education system in less than 5. Trinidad could have a public health system that leaves no citizen behind in less than 2. We could secure the nation's borders in 1 year. We could set up in 6 months an internal affairs division for the police
one
service.
question: do you think that with our economical status that it allows us to do that at the
We could
southern
save
states,
money. Doing all of this and saving money. Half of our budget is theft. They can't argue with the point.
No,
half the budget is theft. Boss, if we shut down EMBD, EFCL, Sport TT, HDC, we shut those companies down. We're saving hundreds of millions of dollars.
Where's the EFCL?
EFCL, the Education Facilities Company,
Well,
shut them down. But you had to order them.
Partners here, this, I was like, my dad and I had a little discussion already. You know, we thinking we have so much a little trade school going on in the country. Why it is that during the August vacation you take these same fellas and them in them trade school and give them hands-on training. You understand? To do repairs to the said school.
That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. It's internship, correct?
You save money. You save lots of money, and then you give young employees, young entrepreneurs, young interns the experience and a certain level of skill to come out now on the job market. Hey, I don't know. Hey, fellas,
Saturday we in Lions. Come down and meet me. Saturday we there between 10 and 6. Come down, we go talk.
Celestial, big calypso competition Friday, girl. You're touching them.
Isaac Gaster. Again, to come.
6289596282121. They said the pips for Lisa Live.
I don't work down in one.
6289595628131. 6289595. This is not e-harmony. I'm tired. Tell all you.
No, that's my old co-worker.
Still, that sounds like a date offer there. But he asking questions, and Trinidadians are so overwhelmed by the way the country is mismanaged that they feel like you had to fix education, and then fix health, and then fix police, and then fix army, and then fix the banks, and then fix WASA, and then fix TNTech, and then fix the judiciary. Everything can happen at the same time. That's why you have different ministers and different jobs. Everything can fix at the same time. But where the money coming from? We have $30 billion stolen, mismanaged, cost overrun, overinflated, hyper contracts that shouldn't exist. We could strip all of that. We're coming in there with a mission and a plan. We know where the money is now. We know what is being misspent. We know what to put to work immediately. Get the farmers busy fast. The Chinese say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The next best time is now. Get the farmers working. The phones. Both of them.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you going, Gola?
Yeah. I want to ask, what would be PEP would be looking at a policy on competition laws? This way that conglomerates just buying up and harmonizing many brands within the country under one company. We had this on the books.
There's antitrust legislation in Trinidad and Tobago has been debated and passed and sitting down, gathering dust in the parliament. And we have a zero monopoly. We have a zero monopoly policy. So to answer your question, no monopolies. We will make sure that they have 10 brand of beer making in Trinidad. We will make sure that everything has competition from the banks go back. And that's what the 1% trying to keep me from saying.
What would be your policy on Babash? Legalizing Babash. Now, I say this and people are going to laugh, right? But I see a lot of opportunities in Kariri, the university, and these Babash underground fellas coming above board and teaching them the difference between methanol and ethanol.
Okay, right? But you have to ask this question. If you have a policy where you want to look at indigenous liquors and bringing them mainstream, you have to have policies in place and you have to have systems in place to guarantee that what is being sold to the public pass muster. Because if you don't, you could send people blind and all kind of things.
I know that. I'm really cognizant of that.
So you need to have a proper operating in the
food and drug.
Correct.
So food and drug have to be.
So you have to get your certified. You have to get certified in Nestle. Every batch of everything that Nestle makes, every run, one is taken out, dated and sealed and saved in case there's a problem at any time down through the actual life cycle of that batch. They could go and pull this one and check it in their store. You understand what I'm saying? In their factory.
Well, we could walk it into
there are solutions. There are solutions. There are solutions.
Capacity
indigenous.
So there's a lot of things in this country.
Where in Trinidad do you live? Where in Trinidad do you live?
I live in Couva.
You live in Couva. This Saturday from 10 to 6, we in Lion Civic Center for something called PEP Market. You think you could come down and we could talk in person? I want to hear more from you on the Babash idea.
Okay then.
All right. Take care.
Nice one.
628-9595, 628-3131. You can call in and talk your talk, because at the end of the day, what we want is a country that works.
Morning, caller. Morning.
I wasn't making no date with Phyllis. Yeah.
You
come. Next thing, Philip. I want to hear your thoughts on executing these prisoners and them entries. Because let me tell you something. I find that has worked too hard when the day come to mind some of them.
And brother, I want to tell you something.
And
I don't know why we have a European and CPEP when these fellas could be cleaning the trains.
Court of Justice, our last
I don't agree
of appeal, because I'm going to the Privy Council and back, sometimes it costs us so much money.
Yeah, but
right?
I don't like the fact that how corruptible we are in Trinidad and Tobago. We've had magistrates and judges that have demonstrated less than perfect. I don't want to go down this road with you, but I want to tell you something. We in Trinidad and Tobago and we in the Caribbean need a Privy Council. We need arm's length. We need a final arbiter that is disconnected from life in Trinidad and Tobago. With regards to the death penalty, that is something that needs to go to the people in a referendum, and we need to vote on it. And if 76% of the people say we support death penalty, empty death row. The Progressive Empowerment Party says, because of the 5-year mandatory limit, because of Pratt and Morgan, we say that we want to put a timer on all court matters going forward. 3 years for civil, 5 years for criminal, inclusive of appeals. So that at the end of your murder conviction, when you've been sentenced to hang and you've had every opportunity to appeal with that clock running, when the 5 years up, drop the trap door.
When it says drop the trap door, you mean go with the truth. Take the ghost.
Brother, if the people say Trinidad wants a death penalty, the government's job is to enforce that.
But Philip, I just we be discussing it. Doesn't the law make room for the death penalty right now?
Because of Pratt and Morgan, you know that there is a 5-year limit that they say anything longer than that in jail is cruel and inhuman punishment. I want to go back to the first thing you said. We have 46,000 people on charges right now. Put them to work growing food. Put them to work cleaning the trains. This Saturday, you come in PEP Market. Come down, let me talk. You sound like you have some good ideas. Come and get involved, because at the end of the day, that's what we need. Yeah?
Felicia, come in Saturday, you're going to be there, come in.
Yes,
Saturday, keep running television. Accuse people could qualify for contracts because there's no way to stop it. In a real country, New York City, there's a simple process that prevents gang members, shady persons, and even those owing outstanding child support from accessing state contracts. It is called, drum roll, it's called, this is magic, this is high science,
rocket science.
It's called a background check.
Don't make joke.
A background check in New York City. Step 2. Step 1, be at least 18 years old, be able to read and write English language, have good moral character. That's the 3 qualifications to get. They ask you for degree and doctorate to get a contract with New York City. Step 2, background investigation. That includes all of the questions, the last 3 consecutive business bank statements for your company. If it's a company, they're publishing the name of the directors and the shareholders. 628-9595, 628-3131. Yeah. Hello.
Morning, caller.
Hello, morning.
Very good.
You're speaking about how the prisoners and them supposed to be growing food. The prisoners and them that be growing food, but most of the food, the prison officers and them that be carrying it home. Just imagine that have a prison officer working MSP, he have a bakery, right? And the prisoners and them baking bread and all different kinds of pastries and supplying this bakery. This man have a business running through the prison. So it's grand.
And who he working for?
He working for the prison system.
And he have a supervisor and he have a boss?
He have a boss and all of them getting a cut.
So all that going on and you calling to tell me that nobody in Trinidad in any position of authority could address that? The country's a failed country. Under the PNM and the UNC, the nation has failed, correct? You're right.
People from the team.
But you're right.
Yeah,
but I want to tell you something. On that real... You go. Under real government, I want to tell you, under real government, immigration, customs, police, army, everything have to make sense.
Thank you, have a blessed day.
You too, man.
628-9595, Let's take the last call.
Morning, caller. Morning. How you going, boss, man?
Philip and company, I want to hear how are they going to solve these types of situation and corruption in the country. I know a nurse who used to work in a hospital. I wouldn't call the hospital. The other nurses and them used to be thieving the cheese and whatever valuables they could get coming in for the patients. And she mentioned it to them, and the she tires of she car. How are you going to solve this from the top when nearly this whole damn country, these government workers and them, the thieving pen and from NP, the thieving pencil, the thieving tape.
What's that? Somebody tell me. Caller.
Corruption that we
Caller, somebody tell me the only thing they ain't thieving is milk and sugar out of coffee.
That's where I feel.
No, but hear me, don't go nowhere. I want to tell you this. If you turn on the TV today and you hear that so-and-so doctor or so-and-so nurse get arrested and charged for theft, you don't think all the other doctors and nurses will boil along like Baji? Yeah? I think he gone. Yeah? So this call to give the talk. Well, I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago, a proper government with proper rules and regulations will ensure that all the people of the country will benefit from all functional state offices. We've said this repeatedly. Accountability, responsibility, all of these things happen from the top down. Trinidad and Tobago has a responsibility to itself to vote into office. This mic's still on, Chess? To vote, yes, so you could do your closing comments there. To vote into office a government with plans and policies that, like a rising tide, lifts all boats. The purpose of what we do every single day that we do what we do is to inform, educate, and empower. Even the PEP market that's happening this Saturday at Lion Civic Center from 10 to 6, even that, which is a fundraiser principally because the party needs to raise funds to operate, even that is an opportunity for people to come and talk politics with us whole day and to get on board and to get involved. The mission to rescue Trinidad and Tobago starts here, and it's bright orange. Felicia Hola, closing comments.
My closing comments also have to do with PEP Market. This is the last opportunity I have to speak to you guys until Saturday, but I'm inviting you. Heard some of the vendors that we're going to have here this Saturday. We're having our Risa from Trinidad, Henna Trinidad and Tobago, with some free giveaways, glitter tattoos, all of these things. Come get your henna done, your carnival.
You could get your henna for Naked Juve.
Get your We also have the Juve van. We have Tony with his optics. Tony, you know, somebody called me yesterday to say I want to come to the eye testing and I want to know where that eye place is because I live in the center and I want to get my glasses.
Yeah. Very good.
So that is just some of the things. You're going to have body products, cassava flour, palori, food, drinks. People is going to be really good enough.
Bouncy castles, kids play.
Bouncy castle for the kids, face painting. Entrance is free.
So donkey ride? No, nobody from the PNM coming.
Bruh! You hit hard there with that one, boy.
So vexed with these bloody deceivers.
Anybody cooking wild meat?
These serpent masters.
Anyway, this Saturday is on at PEP Market, 10 to 6. Come meet me, Philip, Tony, the team. Come buy some stuff, get some samples. It's going to be a great time. And of course, this is all about raising funds in a clean way to support this movement called the Progressive Empowerment Party.
Tony the Fool, my wingman, the deputy, I can't call him I call him my chairman, and somebody say, boy, they just pick and look for the stupidest. Tony, closing comments.
Trinidad and Tobago, once again, like Felicia said, come down this Saturday, 10 to 6. And again, we are offering myself free optical testing. So, you know, grab the opportunity and, you know, we'll give you all the information that will allow you to make better decisions for your site.
This Saturday at 10, Lion Civic Center between 10 and 6 at Lion Civic Center, the PEP Market.
And of course,
to all of you who've been with us, we're back on station Monday from 9 o'clock right here, Pep Talks. Until then, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.